The following music is performed by the musical Messiah, aka the most dangerous Bible believer. Please be advised by how hard it hits.
You don't wanna have to do it, 'cause if you do it, you gon' have to prove it, you gon' lose it. Nigga, living life in my paradigm, shifting time from one state of mind. Something like the truest, yes sir, I can prove it. Go ahead, bring the hallelujah to you. Back up on the beat, back up on the sweet. Pack up all who speak bad on O&E. You don't wanna have to do it, 'cause if you do it, you gon' have to prove it, you gon' lose it. Nigga, living life in my paradigm, shifting time from one state of mind. Something like the truest, yes sir, I can prove it. Go ahead, bring the hallelujah to you. Back up on the beat, back up on the sweet. Pack up all who speak bad on O&E. You might know that Neo love, but Neo love O&E above. Switching lanes in the turning lane. Old school, no roof above. Carpool, no room for her. Bitch, you cartoons, we gets it up. We check the sources, you listen to voices. You are not living like us. You say you creeping in houses and all of the monsters is living in fear of us. Pussy, we are not monsters and we are not pouncing and we are not giving a fuck. We up the score on you niggas. We done outgrown out you niggas. Nigga, yeah, with DM the G, Craig and the Craig and nobody. They saying Judah the Nad, but he be trash. Bring me the bag. Why the fuck would you brag with? No, you ain't living that bad. You are not rad. I take your choices and put them inside of a bag. Smoke them like hash, then dump out the ash and now the pussy on the crash. You don't wanna have to do it, 'cause if you do it, you gon' have to prove it, you gon' lose it. Nigga, living life in my paradigm, shifting time from one state of mind. Something like the truest, yes sir, I can prove it. Go ahead, bring the hallelujah to you. Back up on the beat, back up on the sweet. Pack up all who speak bad on O&E. You don't wanna have to do it, 'cause if you do it, you gon' have to prove it, you gon' lose it. Nigga, living life in my paradigm, shifting time from one state of mind. Something like the truest, yes sir, I can prove it. Go ahead, bring the hallelujah to you. Back up on the beat, back up on the sweet. Pack up all who speak bad on O&E. Have to do it, 'cause if you do it, you gon' have to prove it, you gon' lose it. Nigga, living life in my paradigm, shifting time.
You know, Neo Love's song is so inspirational. It's just so just battle ready. I got to give it to the number one ranked individual, the one and only Neo Love. Shout out to Neo Love for the killer intro. But what's up, everyone? How we doing today? It's your boy, Classic Craig. Yes, sirree. I'm taking over the shift for right now. DMG is not here as you can see. But you know, we still gonna keep it rocking and rolling. But yo, shout out to the Versus series, shout out to the people, shout out to everyone. What's up? How you doing? And guess what? This is the Takeover Tuesday with your boy Classic Craig in the house. I want to say what's up to Ratchet Craig. I want to say what's up to the Secretary of Paradigm Shift, Her Highness herself, Sage. I want to say what's up to the great pillars. That's Captain K, that's GT, that's Nobody. And I gotta give it to the one and only creator of the whole shindig, Paradigm Shift TV 314's master of ceremony himself, DMG. But other than that, yo, what's up, everyone? Shout out to Solomonic TV. Yo, shout out to Quinn. Yo, shout out to everyone. Thank you for coming in. I got a special, superly duper guest coming in. Well, he ain't finna be a guest too long, but this man has a hell of a reputation. This man is a legend. This man is a God breaker. When I say God breaker, I'm talking about the individuals who call themselves a God with a little G, but he does not care who you are because there's only one God that he serves, and that is the Most High. Yo, what's up? Shout out to Miss Barbara, Mama B. Shout out to everyone coming in. I gotta introduce the one and only Black Jedi, the one who mastered the dark side and made it into the light. He's better than Mace Windu. This guy right here is so mysterious. He makes mysterious become anonymous. I gotta give it up to the one and only Anonymous Hebrew, aka A9. What it do, man? What it
Yeah,
do?
yeah, yeah. What's good with you, Classic? What's good with
Oh
you, first
man,
off? You know
what's
what I'm saying? Let me do this real quick. You know what I'm saying? Always we give honor to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? We give love and blessings and honor to his holy anointed one, the Messiah, the one that they call Jesus Christ, who some call Yahweh Shai, some call Yeshua, the one who has righteously taught us how to go about putting this Torah together, go about putting out the light to the rest of the nations. I also give a big salute to all my brothers and sisters out there in the walk, that's out there in the faith, whether you one West, whether you moderate, whether you Torah Tanakh only, it's whatever, man. We all family. And finally, peace and love to everybody in all their paradigms. Yo, welcome to the ship. It's time to get it popping.
Welcome to the ship. It's time to get it popping. But before we dive in, A9, you know what I'm saying? I gotta let everybody know. Everybody know A9 from a lot of other debate platforms, mainly Solar Mind. You know what I'm saying? You're a part of the new Torah movement, correct, A9?
I'm a supporter. I'm not technically a part of it, but I am. I do support Elder Yara and the brother KLT Moray, KLT Moray. What's his name? Moray Yam Yahoo. I support the brothers, but I'm not technically a member.
Right. So, okay, a lot of people got that mixed up because of your affiliation. You know what I'm saying? But it's a
Yeah,
lot of things we're gonna basically like clean up and get cleared out and stuff like that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you have a question for A9, aka the Anonymous Hebrew, you can put it in the chat. Later on, we will be dropping a link. You know what I'm saying? But he's a celebrity folk, VIP. You know what I'm saying? He ain't here to debate all night because his bodyguard, Classic Craig, is here to kick you off stage if you get too much in your feelings. I want to say a special shout out to Master Ratchet Craig's former teacher, Mandinka Molly, 7 billion. I gotta give a shout out to you, JJ. I hear you been tearing it up lately, man. I know you pissed off at me, but brother, I love you, and Ratchet Craig love you, and we all love you, JJ. You know what I'm saying? But I'll probably let you come in a minute later on. I'll probably let you come up later on. But no, but other than that, man, A Non, aka Anonymous Hebrew. Ah man, there's so many things we got to talk about tonight, man. This guy DMG, man, he was supposed to give me some questions, but the brother failed me. I'm really disappointed in this man. So and he has some real good DMGing questions. You know what I'm saying? He has some real good questions probably for you. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
And but he can't DMG it up tonight. He'll probably give me the questions in the middle of the dang show.
Middle of the joint. Yeah,
Yeah, knowing him, and then I gotta sound just like him, just to make the crowd happy, but I can't do it tonight. But other than that, A9, let's start with Classic Craig's list of questiones, man. Are you ready for this, Chief?
let's do it. You know I'm always
All
ready. Let's
right,
go.
A9. All right, so here's the thing, man. You are a Hebrew Israelite, you
Let's
know?
do it.
You're
Yeah.
Hebrew. You're Hebrew, man. And that's a lot of people have been giving Hebrews a hell of a time. They've been attacking Hebrews. They've been belittling Hebrews, calling them all type of crazy names, going just wild. And there's a lot of negative associations with just being a Hebrew, especially if you're quote unquote African American. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
a lot of it. Whether it is coming from Europeans over here, whether it's coming from the Arabs, whether it's coming from the damn your own peoples. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
here's the thing, right? What led you into the Hebrew Israelite I want to hear this right here. Let's go. Give me the
Ah,
untold
man.
story, Anon. Let's go. Was you abducted by aliens? Did they kidnap you and make you? What you gotta tell us? What made the Anon become Anon the Hebrew? Let's go, brother.
Hey man, I'm gonna start out right here. First off, I see my big bro in the building, my brother Zadok, the God Hop MC. First off, man, go check out some of that brother music, man. The brother is
Yeah,
an amazing
we'll do.
artist, and he is. I consider him to be one of my big brothers, right?
Right.
So the reason I bring him up because you asking how I got into this. So what people don't know is like I started off on a platform called Debate Talk for You. Shout out
Right.
to now Showtime, right? One of the goats of this thing, one of the brothers who really put all this together. But before I get there, like I got to keep it a buck. Like most of us, I was brought up in Christianity. Like some of us was brought up in Islam, Christianity, whatever,
Mhm.
right? Like I was brought up in that heavy, especially like Southern Baptist and Missionary Baptist.
Right.
And so, like lightweight, I was, being put in a position to where I was gonna almost take over a church, right? And so,
Really.
like, yeah, man. But like when you growing up in it, so I wasn't a PK, I was a UK. I was an uncle preacher's kid, right? So my uncle ran one of the biggest churches in Northern California. So
Hmm.
we had that good Christian foundation. But the older I got, the more I started asking questions, and they couldn't answer them questions. So, I kind of started running to the streets, start doing all of this stuff, end up getting in some trouble, end up in the military, come back, and like I'm on my gig, like I'm trying to figure it out. You feel me? So I'm studying everything. Like, and in that process, I'm still in the church, like moving up, becoming like the youngest
Right.
associate minister. I'm doing all of this stuff. And as I'm asking questions and doing more study, just a lot of things wasn't adding up for me. And
Right.
so I went through this process where I just put everything down. I studied Kemet, I studied like the Vedas, I studied Hinduism, I studied everything I could get my hands on. And over the course of time, I ended up coming to coming to being an Israelite. I came across Sal's platform, I came across all of this other stuff, and I started listening, and it was brothers like Zadok, and then the good brother Josh from Associates of Bible Tree, and all of these different brothers. Big brother Mikael Ben Israel with the Israel God out in Chicago. And I got to be honest, like, so I would call in and I would leave, I would make certain comments, and I'm studying, like, I'm reading the stuff, I'm learning the language, and it's starting to make sense to me, right? And
Hmm.
so these brothers just started to take me under their wing, and they would bring me into the back chats. This when you do them private Google Hangouts, you know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
And so
Right.
I
Right.
would just sit in the Bible in the Google Hangouts and just learn and take notes. And then I ended up just being able to stand side by side with some of these monsters that's been doing it for, you know, 15 years, 20, 30 years, 10 years before I even came into it, and got to the point where my big brothers would at least let me swing the sword next to them. And
Mm.
so in that process, that's how I came into it. So it was a gradual process. And I'm what we call like a internet brew. Like I didn't never sit at no One West camp. I didn't never attend any like in-person foundational courses. Now I guess over the course of this time, like I've done some of those things, but in the beginning, like it was just all on the internet, building and learning and reading and almost being self-taught and running that thing through the blender and ironing out my way of living out this paradigm. So
Right.
it was just a long process
Long
of
process.
just really getting to it and breaking down the scriptures. And I forgot to mention, like at that time, I'm in school. Like over that period of time, like I was in seminary school,
Mm.
getting a bachelor's in religion with a minor in Christian counseling, and I'm sorry, minor in psychology and a focus in Christian counseling. So, like, yeah, bro, it was, and I'm still learning. Like, I'm lying if I say I'm not. So I'm always gonna be a student, but it was just a process, like just running through it, learning it, and kind of getting into this space.
Right. 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 I got you. I got you. I got you. And that's I respect that. I respect that 100%, man. And I have to say this though. A lot of people and a lot of individuals. You know what I'm saying. They feel like because we're in modern times, right? Ancient stories like this don't matter, right? but then you have some individuals they say that they do, right? Because
Right.
because I'm just saying like this, right? Me personally, and this is my belief, I feel like it comes from somewhere. It has to mean some type of significance here. But I understand a person that doesn't believe, that doesn't see, and that doesn't actually feel that this matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I respect that. But to you, A9, how do you feel when you're dealing with an individual like that? You know?
So it's different, bro. Like you got people with every different walk of life, every different paradigm. I done dealt with them since I've been in this, from comedic to atheist to cats who I'm science only, the Torah only, the Christians. It don't matter, right?
Right.
What it come down to is the rest of the world believes in this. The rest of the world lives in this. The rest of the world deals in these paradigms. So if you say it don't matter, I feel sorry for you, right? You're watching a whole war happen right now in Iraq and Iran, and these ideologies are real, right? Whether you believe in the God paradigm the way we believe it or not, these are ancient people groups. These are ancient conversations that are being had. And at some point in time, you got to get involved. You got to choose a side, right?
Right.
And
Right.
by not choosing a side, you still choosing a side, right?
Mm.
That's what it comes down to. And so it may not matter to you, but it matters to millions and millions and even billions of people across the world.
Mm. No, 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 no. I get that. I get that. I get that, Chief. I get it. So check this out, right? Now, I'm gonna be answering some. Well, I'm gonna be having some individuals. Like, I'm not gonna bring them on a panel yet, because everybody want to get on a panel. We gotta wait a little bit, because I gotta get through this with A9. We gotta give the good brother some respect. You got the community skeptic, the
Yeah, I
one and
see.
only community skeptic in the building. Shout out to that guy. Hey, bro, you still ain't give me that motherfucking autograph. I'm pissed off about that. And we got DMG.
There go the big dog.
There go the head honcho right here. What you doing on my show? Get off. It's mine now.
Hey, it's a question in the chat. Can I answer this question because it's pertinent to the question you just asked
Which
me?
one? The one that trust and believe the gospel said?
No, A1. Trust and believe
A1,
the
A1,
gospel. I
A1.
mean,
Which
I
one?
can answer that. I can answer that too. I think that's paraphrasing what I said. I deal with that. But
Yeah.
A1 asked a great question. So yeah, I do. I have and I still do deal with a lot of Muslim brothers. My pop grew up in OI. For me, it was something that I didn't identify with. I'm not saying it's something that I rejected, just something that I didn't identify with. So, but yeah, one of my closest friends is the Orthodox Moor. He and I break bread a lot on Islam and just on the Muslim faith and the Muslim conversation. So, yeah, I'm very familiar. I'm not gonna say I'm a Quranist or an expert at the Quran, but yes, I'm familiar with the Muslim faith as well.
Hey, A9. It's a whole bunch of sects of Islam, ain't it? I
Yeah,
thought it was
bro.
just one.
Nah,
Woo!
it's
Boy, there's a
crazy out
whole
there.
bunch of thousands.
Yeah,
And some you ain't ever seen. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, man. I guess DMG just came up here just to change the background. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad he got the hell up off my damn. You know what I'm saying? It's my shit now. It ain't yours, DMG. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? He came in silently like a little damn. He know what he did. And then he also gave me them damn questions. Yeah, DMG, I'm putting you on the spot. Finally, you gave me them questions. But I'm gonna get my shit out the way before your shit. You know what
Let's
I'm
do
saying?
it. Let's
But yeah,
do
yeah, yeah. He gonna get my ass back for talking all this shit. So I just, I'm just relishing the moment. Um, but yeah. So anyway, like I was saying.
it. Hey, yeah.
Oh
He
man,
gonna
man,
give
man.
it to you.
Yeah, he gonna get me later on. I'm in trouble. He gonna get me later on. I'm, in, I'm gonna have to edit that part out.
Hey,
Hey,
salute to the OG though. Salute
yeah,
big dog
yeah,
DMG, man.
yeah. But yeah, man. So getting back to it right quick, man. I have to get to one of the pillars. You know what I'm saying? Trust and believe the gospel. His
Let's
question.
do it.
So basically, no one in his local church could answer his questions. He went to the streets and fell for the false doctrine, and the church gotta do better. Woo!
Yeah,
I
let's
can see
deal with
something
it.
like that right there.
So yeah, the church do got to do better. I don't think you would have answered them either, though. Just to keep it a stat.
Oh,
So it wasn't that the church couldn't answer questions; that the questions didn't line up with what we see in the scripts at different times, right?
right.
And so um, once we get to that point, like yeah, like there's an issue. Now the reason I fell to the streets had nothing to do with the church. That was me being ignorant, wanting to run the streets. Right? We're not
Mm,
gonna blame nobody else for a man making bad choices to want to go run the streets. In
right.
terms of falling into false doctrine, I would say you don't even know my paradigm and my belief system as it pertains to me being an Israelite, because there are several different thought processes and several different paradigms. So for you to say that I fell into false doctrine shows that you probably need to go back and really study the teachings of Messiah Yeshua and don't be so quick to judge and take the time to figure out what I believe, or just come up here and hit the panel because I got smoke for anybody that want it all night. So
Oh, hey, careful. Nobody is a pillar. A Paradigm Shift TV 314. He's one of the pillars. You know what I'm saying? That boy was here before I got here. And Ratchet
I
Craig.
respect him though, but then why would, if you a pillar and I'm supposed to respect you as an elder and an OG, then why would you say I fell into false doctrine without even hearing my entire belief system?
Ooh, that's true. But hey, I'm gonna tell you this. He wear red Air Force Ones. So you ready? You know, he with the smoke. You
I
know what I'm
wear
saying?
black ones. I wear black ones.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, shout out to Apollo Bay. You know what I'm saying? Apollo Bay said anonymous Hebrew.
It's
We
a lot of
still
people
in the
that
ring.
want this smoke, bro. It's him. It's
Yes,
it's,
sir.
it's a few people that say they want it.
Yeah, and hey, so the dazzling enigmatic Quinn say, "May I ask a question?" Hey,
Let's get it.
Hey, Quinn,
Let's
want to
go.
ask you a question, man. Yo, Quinn,
Come
shoot
on.
your shot. I mean, I don't mean it
Let's
like
go.
that, but you know what I mean. Shoot your
Shout
shot.
out to Quinn.
Shout
She
out
up
to
and coming.
Quinn
She out here
with a
shooting.
spectacular debate, and shout out to A1 that debate still broke the net. And what you think about that debate between them? A9, that debate right there. Quinn
Which
versus
one? Quinn. So
yeah, when it was say grape, because we can't say the other word.
yeah,
When it was
yeah. Hey,
yeah.
so real talk, like that's one of the topics that I've debated it before. I love the topic. I love the fact that she took it and made it her own and fought. I thought it was a great debate.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think I ain't gonna talk about that. Behind the scenes, I had a conversation with a brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was a shock to me that it was a draw. That's the one that was a draw. I want to say, right?
Yeah, it was a
And
draw.
so,
It was a draw.
but that just spoke to the level of prowess that the sister had.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I applaud both of them. Right? I applaud A1 for having the question, right? And I applaud her for taking it. Obviously, I would stand on the side that the Bible does not condone that, right?
Right.
And I think it's more along the lines of when we start to define the word condone,
Mm-hmm.
right? The Bible has a clear-cut rule about what happens if you do participate in that type of activity, and that punishment is death, right? That's one of the things in the Bible that has a capital punishment to it. So that means that there is no condoning it, right? If you condone something, there is no punishment for it. Even if you want to go to the David conversation and say that was a power rape type situation with him and Bathsheba, I would argue against it. But even if you said that, then the punishment was punishments that fell upon his children, fell upon his family. Very familiar with the argument. Like I said, I thought the sister did an excellent job. I definitely would have handled it a little different. That's actually, I mean, if I could say this, that is definitely a debate that I want with that brother, right? With the brother A1. But I know that, especially for the Versus series, we try not to run duplicate titles, try not to run duplicate debates. So I try to respect that. But I definitely want that smoke here or on another platform. It don't matter. But I thought it was a great debate. I thought that she did an excellent job. I thought he did an excellent job. Got a lot of respect for both of them, and I would like to get at it.
Hey, you know, A1, A1 always picking fights. Hey, you know, A1 trying to put his gun to your head, hey. You
Bro,
know,
you ain't got enough guns. Hey, look, bro, we could run a one-off pause. You know what I'm saying? We could run it. It ain't gotta matter, fam. right? I had it ready and get it popping within 7 days. It's nothing. I just revamped the joint that I got already.
Yeah.
You want to run it, we can run it. We ain't got to talk about it. We can shoot.
So I'm gonna let you know I am so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know what I'm saying, dogs and cats, giraffes and rhinos, right? I gotta let you guys know I am gonna be coming back and I'm gonna start doing a lot of solos. I am gonna be start hosting debates and stuff like that. Apparently, DMG and Ratchet Craig and Sage, the secretary, said I don't do enough. So I have to do a little bit more. So I'm gonna be starting doing some, some one shots, and I'm gonna be around, and I'm gonna do some things. I'm gonna kind of mix some stuff up. I'm gonna have like my little one-on-ones. You know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout for our debate central. Also, DMG got that in the mix. He don't want to tell people what he got going on, but hey, it's gonna be epic knowing him. But before we get to A1's questione, we have what the enigmatic Quinn said.
Okay. So I'll say the ones that weren't personal, right? There were definitely some personal things that I don't want to bring out. But one of my biggest issues was understanding the Trinity and what I learned when I was in seminary school was called the hypostatic union, right? I wanted to have more clarity on that. And I didn't feel like there was enough real answers and explanation on that. The other biggest issue that I have is yeah, this is gonna open up the can of worms. Let's get it popping.
Open up the can of worms.
The church's relationship to the law of Moses, right? When we see Messiah Yeshua and we see him teaching the brothers and the sisters that are following him, like in the book of Matthew, and we can even go to Mark. He says, all these things that you are taught by the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and I'm paraphrasing, but all these things that you see taught by the men that sit in Moses' seat, that you should observe, but the things that they do, stay away from. Once again, I'm paraphrasing. We clearly see a different relationship with the first century church than we would see in today's modern Christianity as it pertains to the law of Moses. And so even when we get to the conversation about we are no longer under the law, now we start to talk about interpretation. And now we move into things like Ignatius and Polycarp and Eusebius and these dozens and dozens of ecumenical councils that then start to change the narrative of the first century believers. And so if we understand that, and I was reading this even back then, right? And I've just been able to get deeper into that. So if we understand that, then the question now becomes like, oh, fam, how come they saying one thing but we doing something else, right?
Right.
And we get into just commentary and interpretation. And so it was clear that there were not certain doctrinal answers, especially back then, but even now, even as it pertains to the church, just certain doctrinal answers that don't line up. And I'm not going to say that every Hebrew Israelite camp, right, or whatever you want to call them, has it right, because we see bad doctrine all across the board. Who knows? I'm gonna be called a heretic before the night is up. So it is what it is, right?
You might not, but some
We
people
know
may
it
be
is.
too afraid to call you that. But
we know what it is, fam. Right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like there were truly serious doctrinal problems that I saw that doesn't line up, especially when you start to study Eastern philosophy and thought process on how to properly adhere to the teachings of the book.
Right. Okay. And I understand. I understand what you mean by that. And you know what? For a lot of brews, that do be the main reason why they don't join the camps, because how a lot of individuals, close friend of mine, I'm gonna say it, the aka the formerly known troll known as the Scholastic Bully, now he's Lucifer,
Yeah, that's
purpose.
little bro. Yeah,
Yeah. Hey, born and raised in the same hood as me, you know what I'm saying? Told me some very, very, very horrible stories when he was in ICIU, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah, very, very, very rough stories. I mean, he said, boy, some of that stuff. They said you can't. They said you cannot touch the elder or whatever like that, but the elder can touch you. Some stuff like that. You know what I mean? You know that
yeah. It's
scripture.
a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot that happens in the camps. And like, look, I'm gonna say this: like, those still my brothers, and I think I think that we moving into a space where we all gonna have to sit down and have conversations. So I'm never gonna just shoot at the brothers and hate this camp and hate that camp. I never
Yeah.
grew up a one West dude, right? So I don't have any allegiance to that in that respect. They still my brothers. I consider Christians to be my brothers. We got different thought processes, right? We got different teachings, and so we got to be able to come to the table and sit down and really have some real knockdown dragouts, like really start to break down some of this eschatology, right? What we call eschatological teachings, the end times. Like for instance, if you saying that the Most High is sovereign and all His will is going to be done, and we haven't seen all of these promises issued to actual Israel, we got a problem, right? We got a problem. Somebody wrong. Somebody got to stand on something.
Right.
And I want to get this question out the way. The brother A1, he out there shooting. Say, do you think you were brewed by blood, or just do you like the doctrine? It's a very complicated question. Me and my brothers are going to start to make people stop playing around with, right? It's like asking somebody that believes in Kemet, are you a commission by blood? Can I say that I can make an argument right now that traces us through the Sahel, and you could deal with my DNA, which is EM180, right? And we could play the DNA game. Be careful. I hope you're ready to do that. I've been doing this for a minute, right? So we can get it popping. My argument would be we haven't done enough DNA work on every Israelite group that's in Africa, on every Israelite group that's across the board. So right now, all we have to go off of is what we call the CMH, the Cohen modal haplotype, the Cohen modal haplogroup, right? Mm-hmm. If we're going to deal with that in the conversation of how they arrived at that answer, then now we're going off oral tradition, just to be honest, because what we're saying is a certain group of Jews that have lived around each other for a long period of time are saying that they are priests, and then they did DNA tests off of them. And so now we're saying, okay, well, they're the people based upon that fact. Well, if that's the case, there's several different ways we can go about it as well, because we see some of that same genetic makeup in the Limba. We see some of it in different tribes like the Maghreb. And I go on and on, but we also could make a strong case for we could come up with our own version of the CMH, right? That lines up with a lot of our DNA here. The thing that we're not going to play about is pretend like we don't see Afro-Asiatics flood in to different parts of Northeast Africa and then migrate throughout different parts of Africa. And because of that, we could make a very strong argument for it. If you say you want me to prove that I'm a brew strictly by blood and genetics, I'm going to say it's going to go much more than that. It'll be through that. It'll be through an epigenetic conversation, or what we call transgenerational epigenetic inheritance, right? It's going to be much more than that. And we'll use the scriptures, right? And so if we go about it, it's going to be a multifaceted argument. I'll stand on it, right? I would like to have a much more nuanced conversation about it, but if that's what you want, you can get that too. I just don't know if you're really ready to have it, because I don't think you know the Bible well enough.
Damn, you just said that shit to A1?
Yeah.
Damn, A1. He said you ain't the Bible breaker.
Hold on. I thought you was smart. When I said that my haplogroup is EM180, that mean I did do a DNA test. I'm one of the first Israelites on here that put his DNA test. It was on Garfield's channel. See, don't play no games with me, bro. I clearly said what my DNA was. So what do you mean? Oh, just say you didn't take a DNA test. Just tell me that you don't know how to listen without telling me you don't know how to listen, man. Next question.
Oh my God. Hey, non. Here.
Oh, I missed that. My bad. Yeah.
Hey. So, oh yeah. Hey, when I gotta say,
y'all gonna leave me alone tonight. I put up all the dumb stuff, bro.
Hey. So check it out, A1. So, Anon is not ranked currently. He's looking to steal someone's rank. You know, he likes robbing people. You know what I'm saying?
It could be you.
Yeah. It could be you. Hey, so he coming in. A coming in. He's scoping the land. You know what I'm saying? He coming in. You know what I'm saying? He coming in hot, man.
They call
Um,
me the sniper, fam. Be
yeah,
careful, bro.
he the sniper. He the sniper, man. Be careful. Be careful. And hey, and Apollo said, I want that ancient of days smoke. Hey,
Bro, you just got beat up by more on. Hey, look, fam. Hey, can I have some fun? Can I just have some fun real quick, bro?
go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, Apollo, baby, this ain't no disrespect, bro. You are literally, because I'm working on this other platform where we review debates, you're literally going to be the first debate that I review of how not to show up to a debate, bro. Like, don't do it, bro. More beat you up so bad in that debate that by the time we got to the second, third round, it was just like, bro, you didn't even know where you was. Like, don't do that, man. don't, hey, don't do that, bro. You pulled up with the wrong argument all night. Now, I ain't even gonna do it. I ain't gonna make no exception. I don't like to, you know what I'm saying? Once my brother murders something, it makes no sense for me to come back and murder it as well. Right? It's a lot of respect that I got for that brother. I wouldn't do it with my big bro Zadok or anybody else. Like if my brothers go murder something, I try to let that rest, right?
Right.
Now, if you keep barking though, now more beat you up, right?
Who?
But more is very scholastic and it's very calm and he's not gonna do his best. I'm gonna run your pockets, fam. I'm just gonna be honest. Don't do. I'm gonna make you mad, bro. Right? Um, I'm the barroom fight, bro, and it's gonna be real and it's gonna be scholastic and it's gonna be entertaining and and I like it's just you know what I'm saying. I'll run his same debate with you and just be real angry with it because I don't. I would like for you to come up with a different topic, right? I'm just
Right.
being honest. I think you got beat up, and that's just what it is.
Man. Hey, nah, man, you got all these people challenging you today. He said, hey, nah,
Bro,
my guy, I'm challenge you to a formal on y'all's new platform. Let's get it, fam.
who said that?
Ahura?
Okay,
Ahura?
Aaron. No, that's Aaron. Hey, look, bro.
Wait. Hold on. The Aaron? The Aaron? Yahudi?
Yeah, bro. Hey, I told you, fam. When I pull up, everybody wants to smoke because they didn't caught it. They didn't caught it so many times in these conversations, right? Hey, now I say this though, man. Shout out to y'all who didn't. Shout out to Aaron, man. He didn't grown up a lot. Uh, I will.
Um, oh, yeah, I seen a lot of his debates against Jeremiah. Um, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, over there, he was with he want to do the Nas guys. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
he would just go over there to the platform. I don't think he. So Jeremias is still with Tory Knights,
Yeah, he's
but
still over there. I'm cool with Jeremiah's. I used to love watching how Jeremiah's would be so he's smooth with his shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And they had like a Batman and Joker relationship, bro. They was
yeah,
like Wolverine and Sabretooth. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? How them
yeah,
two individuals. Well, hey, Aaron, hey man, you gotta get some of this versus series smoke, man. You gotta get some of this versus series smoke. Cause hey
yeah.
man, he was
I do want
legendary.
to see him in here. Yeah, I do want to see him in here. Hey, but
Yeah.
that's one brother. Yes, I will run. I will run a debate with you. And what you hold on? Yes, Aaron, I will run. I will run it with you. Either contact me or contact Orthodox more. Hey, let's go ahead and get this out the way. Thumbs and guns. Let's get in the ring. Okay, bro. We not even gonna play no games. Yeah, I'll slaughter you on the same topic, bro. Don't worry about it. I'll give it to you. Holla at more or holla at these brothers. It don't matter to me. I'll beat you up in the back of the parking lot, bro. You
Ooh, back of the
trash.
parking lot. What the
It
hell
don't
going on?
matter, bro. It don't matter, bro. Like some of
Woo.
y'all gonna stop playing, bro. Some of y'all really gonna stop playing like y'all been out here doing something, man. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, what you mean, thumbs and gums? You said the same thing all night, bro. You said the same thing all night. He beat you up. And you want to say
Same,
my name? Got
same thing all night.
you.
Hey,
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Hey, bro. Hey, man. Hey, nah, I ain't bring you here to be fighting everybody yet. I ain't
Hey,
bring you here to be fighting everybody yet. You know what I'm saying?
hey,
Hey,
bro.
bro, you a bad role model. You making Queen fight A1 in the damn chat. That energy rubbing off. You
Hey,
know what I'm
bro.
saying? But you know what?
Hey,
We need some of that ferocious energy, man. And I'm glad. You know, even though Queen ferocious. We need some of that energy, man. Hey, shout out to the Secretary Sage. I'm on my best behavior. No need for you to come up here and scoff at me. I had enough of you putting me down, telling me what I should do and what I shouldn't. But I love you, sister. Shout out to the Secretary Sage. You know, you got to meet the Secretary. A9, real cool
Hey,
lady.
shout out
Yeah,
to the secretary. Shout
yeah,
out to
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she keep everybody in check. Me, Ratchet, and DMG sometimes, but you know. But other than that, man,
He
uh,
said he gonna smoke an A9 pack. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna deal with this later. Keep going,
hey, hey, man,
Hey, I
hey,
bring them out,
everywhere you
fam.
go,
I
everywhere
bring them
you
out,
go,
fam. I bring them out.
everywhere you go, bro, everywhere you go, you always do this. But guess what? I'm the wrong person to do it with. You know what I'm saying? I'm the wrong person because you want to know why? I encourage it. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
I'm ready for it, bro.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
bro, my brother Orthodox Moore will tell you, bro, I'm like a barroom brawler when it comes to I don't care. I will come on your panel. I will come to
yeah.
your uncle house. I don't care, bro. If we need to have these conversations, see, hey, first off, you're gonna stop flexing on me, bro. I'm finna buy more masks. I gotta buy more masks for people like you, and that's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
listen,
man.
um, stop playing with me, Apollo Bay, bro. You get this work, but yeah, I'm gonna bring them out. You see what it is, bro, and I'm gonna keep pressing. I'm gonna apply this pressure. It's nothing. We've been doing this a long time at this point. It ain't. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I got love for all of y'all, right? So it ain't nothing personal, but
Right.
it ain't nothing that y'all can say or do that ain't been done to me on this internet at this point. And I had to stand on my 10 the whole time. I had to stand on my 10. People threatening me, trying to kill me, talking about hurting my family, all
Um,
this extra, and you
I,
still run the debates, bro.
I wanted to get into that a little bit if you cool with that,
Man, I
but
ain't worried about it. Let's go.
later on, cause boy, hey, I heard about that. You know what I'm saying? I heard about that. And so but we'll get into that later on, man. They say A9 ain't afraid to be A9 could be anonymous. But this
Yeah.
is just me. I ain't gonna pick no fight on the internet with a dude. I don't know how the hell he look. You know what I'm saying? But he know how the fuck I look. That don't make no
That
sense to me.
wouldn't be smart. It wouldn't be
That
smart.
ain't smart. That ain't smart. That ain't
It wouldn't
smart.
be
And,
smart.
but
You know what I'm
and
saying?
so, and so for those of you who don't know, no one has ever seen Anon's face, but we've seen all this man's masks, right? The shit is like poetry. You know what I'm saying? Like no one know what this man looked like. You know what I'm saying? So it's not smart fighting no dude that you don't know how the hell he look. But you know, when you so macho and stuff like that on the internet, and want to show out in front of your internet bay, you
Yeah.
know, that type of stuff happen, right? And that stuff just be wild as hell. You know what I'm saying? But check it out, check it out, check it out. So you told us the story on how you became a Hebrew Israelite, right? You
Yeah,
wasn't a
that's it.
kangaroo. A lot of individuals, they'll still call you a zealot, brother. They'll still put you down, you know what I'm saying? But you still keep the faith. You keep the walk. You go
Yeah.
into DNA. You're not afraid. You study from what I gather just by listening to you. You study what those who say debunk your claim and you study it and dismantle it and get a better understanding of it and then you come up with a rebuttal that can put them on their ass from what I see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
uh but yeah, um hey,
Hey, I see it. I
I'm,
see it. Go ahead and deal with it.
man, I don't want to talk about that guy. He got other stuff to do. He shouldn't be here. Hey DMD, this is my show right here. This is my show. It's not yours, bro. Go somewhere else, man. But But
Man,
yeah,
give me
yeah,
two.
but no one ever seen this man's face, brother. But other
Yeah.
than that, like I was saying, check it out. So you came from, you said debate talk radio, correct?
Yeah, debate talk for you. He was on Blog Talk at first, and then he
Blog
started doing a bunch on YouTube. South Showtime. That's Big
blog
Bro.
talk. No, blog talk. Now, a lot of people do not know about blog talk. A lot of individuals don't know that was the debate scene,
Yeah.
the start of it. You feel me? A
Yeah.
lot of individuals just don't know that. But before I actually get into the mix, Apollo Bay, you gotta wait. Ain't no DMG set me an anonymous up. It doesn't work that way, brother.
That's not how it works.
It's not how it works, brother. It's not how it works. Because I gotta also talk about A9's opponent too, but he's in the versus series. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta go through the rankings. Cause look like A9's a little bit ahead of you, man. But we can set it up. We can get it popping and cracking. We would love to have the Apollo Bay in the mix. But we'll get back to that later. You know what I'm saying? I love the competition. I love the fire that's being cooked and stuff like that. Queen up here calling people in the chat loser. Damn,
I see her going to work.
she
Shout out to
she
Queen.
turned up. She turned up.
Shoot
She
them
turned up.
shots.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it seemed like DMG said hit me up on Facebook. We'll get you into the versus series. All right. Hey, I guess the man's already on the job.
Hey, look, bro, I done seen everybody in the versus series. They gonna get him in there and they gonna get him right up out. It's all right.
Oh man. Oh man. My thing is, man, hey, you might be too high up for the brother. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It depends. You never know. Hey, Ratchet and me saying is you never know in the versus
Never,
series.
yeah, bro. Anybody could get clipped, and that's the problem, bro. That's the thing, right? I literally feel like I can lose to anybody, so I don't take nobody for granted. I'm gonna study every angle of every argument. Your side, my side, every side of the argument. It don't matter.
Yeah, a lot of individuals usually don't see that because it's just versus series is full of hungry wolves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Hungry wolves. They all get you. You know what I'm saying? But getting back to it, so debate talk for you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to BA. A lot of individuals do not know that is the first black debate platform. And
Listen, bro.
man,
Let me say something. See, I can talk about all of this, and I like looking back on it now. I've been so blessed.
right.
When I say that BA and Sister Ashanti, shout out to Ashanti. We call it Ashanti dog. We call it a professor. But
Mm-hmm.
BA was the first dude that even allowed me to host a show with him. We had
Right.
a segment on there called the Man Up segment. Like that's such a good brother, man. I'm gonna tell y'all how cool Debate Talk for You was. Debate Talk for You was so cool and so dope that once I started getting to all of these little internet scuffles, I fell off from over there because I didn't want them to get caught up with all of the nonsense that was going on. Right? This is the first time I said this publicly. Literally, so much was going on that I'm doing my best to keep them from being brought into anything. When I say BA is the coolest, like that's a dope brother, man. Sister Ashanti, brother Sal Showtime, like that whole platform. In my opinion, no diss to nobody, no diss to Sinetta, no diss. That's the Godfather of this when we really look at it because he was doing it from from that blog talk space, right? And so I got nothing but love and respect for Sal. BA is a great brother, man. Sister Shanti, my brother Moore is out there. I know y'all talking to him already, but that's my co-D. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we put in work. That's an amazing brother. We've all been able to do some really dope things. When I go missing or like I got different stuff to do, that brother does a lot to make sure that my name stay at top mind awareness. So I'm always going to run the same thing for him. So I'm looking forward to the Orthodox more if and when he does come and join the Versus series. I think the Sister Honey has said, or is that Bar Reloaded? I don't want to misspeak. The Bar Reloaded.
Same
I don't know her like that, so I don't want to talk like I know her by that name. So I know her as the Bar Reloaded. So I say it like that. I have seen her, as Honey on other platforms, but I want to clarify this. So she had said something like people from the same clique can't join. That was just for that one tournament, right? That's for the social media tournament, right? Like, go ahead and join, bro.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Oh yeah, you talking about? Well, we talked with her about that.
She just said it. She had said it in the chat, so I just wanted to clear it up. Like, more can join.
Yeah, we talked with her about that, but that was like for the tournament. Like, okay, like for example, if we have like 18 other people, right? We can't necessarily have just like her and everyone, join. If we got one individual in the mix, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
work that way. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't.
No, I did. I did. So, but yeah, man, we here, bro. We here. I'm ready to get it in. I'm ready to debate. I hope I ain't ruffling too many feathers, but then again, I really don't care, man. Like, it ain't nothing personal. I got love for y'all. But some of y'all be talking crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, since classic is stepped off for a second, I done seen and heard a lot of what y'all be saying, bro. And a lot of y'all be really running y'all mouth, bro, and be kind of wrong. I will say this: shout out to A, because, and I'm giving shout out to A1, and I want to say Hey Root Consciousness. They at least do got an interview that you can go and look. I think maybe Michael Everett do. There's a few of y'all that got some interviews where I can go see y'all and see what y'all stand on. So I'll at least get them brothers that. But a lot of y'all ain't even got no real information that we can see what you stand on, what your paradigm is, what we're gonna be debating, what we're gonna attack, and y'all still be really like brash and bold with some of the stuff y'all be saying. Like, listen, fam, I've been blessed to do a lot of debates on the clock at this point. Judge debates. Win, lose, draw, whatever, right, wrong, and different. I ain't saying I'm the best out here. I'm just saying, like, all these arguments that y'all bringing, they kind of antiquated. And so that's why I'm laughing. Like, there's a lot of antiquated arguments that y'all think are profound, and it's just, we've been there, we've done that. So for us, this is something for us to stay sharp. And also for me, my biggest goal right now is to try to take our debate platforms in this debate space and take it to the next place that it has to go. You know what I'm saying?
You know something? I gotta say, hey, nah, we love how you rock and how you do things. We glad to have you over here in the Versus series. But don't you hate when your sister, like I got a sister, a lot of people don't know. Like when you told her no 5 billion times about the Netflix password that the little brother paid for, she trying
Yeah.
to get your dad to come all the way over here, drive over here, come in and say your sister want the dang Netflix password. Why? Why are we doing this, man? Why are we doing this, man?
And that's how it worked, bro. I went through that 2 days ago. Not with Netflix, I went through it with Disney Plus.
And
So
guess what? Now I'm finna change the password again. Now I'm finna
nah,
change the password again.
you
Then I'm
gotta
gonna
give the
give it to you.
password.
Then I'm gonna change the password. Then I'm gonna say he ain't tell me nothing because you keep asking me the same stupid question anyway. Like I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That made me mad. It made me mad. But
Hey, bro, don't
check it
stop
out.
flexing. Don't stop flexing on me, bro.
Check this out. I gotta say this. A lot of people just don't know where you came from, man. And a lot of people don't
Yeah,
know about Sloan VA, what they do, how they really started it all. Garfield was over there.
yeah,
The community skeptic, aka Bobby West, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
AKA
yeah.
God Killer, aka Unc West. He was over there. You know what I'm
Gorilla
saying?
Ebro. I mean, you start naming it like the who's who of who's who was over there at one point, at some point in time.
Yeah, there's a lot of individuals over there. I think what's that boy name? James. James was over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, James Cassell. Shout out to
Yeah.
James. That's
Yeah.
where I first met. Yeah, like that's where I met a lot of these cats. Like we've just known each other in this community for a long time, just from over there.
Yeah, and see
And
that right
James
there.
was a problem over there.
Yeah,
James was a problem.
and see that right there, right? Those, I mean, just they created a lot of stars. Like
Yeah.
it was old school debating. You know what I'm saying? Sonetta did what he did. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking nothing
Yep.
away from him. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? But I feel like Sloan, Mr. Sloan. I'm sorry, Mr. Sloan. And then you had BA. I feel like like you said, Sister Shanti, they took up that torch and reached more individuals. So Sonetta
Yep.
reached the individuals around his neighborhood, New York, and all that. I seen the tape with him and Spike Lee. You know what I'm saying? Mad at Sonetta too because he didn't get no damn autograph like Unc Will. What's wrong with these niggas? You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no motherfucking autograph. You know what I'm saying? So when I come up with a video talking about they're reptilians sent by the government to basically brainwash us, I don't want to hear no motherfucking crying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't want no crying. But yeah, man, a lot of individuals don't know that history, man. I mean, Ratchet, man, a lot of times I call Ratchet sometimes my Ratchet master teacher. He
Yeah.
basically, you know, showed me that history and stuff like that. And I saw some of them old debates, man. But DMG, you can't tell me a motherfucking thing to do, bro. This my I can do whatever the hell I want right now, man. You tripping, you know? But I'm yeah, but my thing is this, cause I gotta get my question out the way before your shit. The DMG got like 18 questions. We ain't gonna get all to them questions. But
We run through them, bro.
yeah, we is. I'm joking. But check it out though. So before I get to DMG's question, I gotta ask you one more of mine, right? Before I come up with any more on the fly. But check it out, right? Now, being over there and then transitioning over to Solar Mind, right?
Yeah.
What was the difference in was it more hostile? Was it more challenging? Was it more easy? I just need to know, just from your perspective, what was it like? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Solar Vision Debate League.
Shout
Um,
out.
I won a championship over there. Sounds like he's gonna fire up for next season. So I will be debating there as well. Be debating here. Hopefully that's the goal. Not trying to ruffle nobody's feathers. I would definitely, run respectfully and do what we need to do. Say this correctly. Solar is that's a different monster, right? Especially in the beginning. Like in the beginning, like I think he's running into season 6 now. So in the beginning, this was like 2018, 2017, 2018, 2019, somewhere in that space. That was a blood sport, right? So I don't want to put no different names on blast, but there was a lot of personal stuff that were happening. You know what I'm saying? There was a whole lot of personal stuff that would happen over there. And it turned into more than just debates. And we stood 10 toes, we stood our square, whatever. But that was in the beginning, like it was a real serious thing where like it was just more than just your doctrine. Like you're talking about cats going live, doing lives on you for 12 hours straight. Like talking about your family, talking about your children, threatening your life, all of this. And then you still got to show up and have a debate. And then over the course of time, like shout out to Solar, he would get it by the reins and bring it more into more into subdue it. But I don't want to say best, worst, nothing like that. It's just different because it runs like a league. It literally runs like football. So like if you view this platform like UFC, HBO, Showtime, like that's like the NFL, right? So both high level, both extremely competitive. You can get knocked out in either one. But over there, like you are, yeah, right, Quinn. Over there, like there's a season, especially in the beginning, we was running eight debates for the season. Then you get to the playoffs, and if you win, you get the off season, and you're running it back.
Right.
Right. So, it's a different type of intensity, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's pressure over here, I think, in a different way. And anybody that know me, I'm finna go towards the competition. I'm finna run towards the pressure.
Right.
I want to know what it is. And I've been blessed to be involved, even with some of Sineto's platform. I've been blessed to be around all the platforms. And this is dope. That's what we'll say. We'll say it's dope over here. But SVDL it's a different monster. And it is a monster, bro. See, bro, you selfish, bro. DMG, right, bro? You selfish, bro. You selfish, bro.
Don't know what you two are talking about.
Selfish, bro. But yeah, no, SVDL, and shout out to Solar, man. Like, that's a good brother. I love Solar. He gave me a different level of exposure, a different level of introduction to this community, and I'll forever be grateful. Just like I'm gonna forever be grateful to DMG. I just can say this, man. I've been blessed for the people, for the who's who of who's who to like deal with me, and I'm grateful for that. And so I never want to say the wrong thing and speak the wrong thing on these people. But yeah, solar vision. I can go into details and whatever you want, but like it was, especially at the beginning, and even now, because of some of those things, you still get your life threatened. You still get people trying to talk about your family and all of this. So you know,
Man, we'll get that at the end, man. And hey, I was gonna let you know, man. I A1 did a hell of a job debating over here. You know what I'm saying? And I
mhm.
blessed the brother with one of these. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
So you know what?
So I
Since
can't
you,
call you selfish then.
yeah,
Okay, all
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
My
you can't call
fault. My
yourself
fault.
selfish. You know what I'm
My
saying?
fault.
So check it out, right? If you A9 prove yourself like my brother A1 did,
Say less.
I'll hook you up with either TDE or E40.
I need that E40.
Golden State.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All right. So
Straight from the bay.
yeah. So Golden State, you know what I'm saying? I hook you up with it. It's very rare limited edition. I need to know what size, you know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
hey, I'll hook you up and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I got a
We'll
really nice
chop it up.
look. So it's Mitchell and Ness all the way nice, man. This just
Oh, okay. I gotta. Yeah. Hey.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Courtney. It's gonna be a problem. Whoa. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Free of charge, man. You know what I'm saying? But but check it out though. Check it out.
Let's
Check
get
it.
to these questions, man. I know DMG about to kill us.
Yeah. He pissed off, but man, I pissed DMT off all the damn time. So we gonna get to the DMG questiones, and I gotta do it in my kind of DMG voice. Question one. You mentioned that DNA evidence confirmed your Hebrew Israelite lineage. Can you explain which specific genetic markers or haplogroups you're referring to? And how do they directly correlate to ancient Israelite ancestry? Hey, but before you answer that, DMG love his punctuation, bruh. I don't see no flaws in this dude's punctuation. Shout out to DMG and DMG's English teacher. Boy, this dude is the poet for real. I don't use no punctuations whatsoever. But
Yeah.
but go ahead, man. That's question number one.
So I love the question, and that's what I was explaining to the brother in the chat. I'm not saying right now that we can confirm 100%. Oh, we are this person from this tribe, yada yada, this that and the other. What we're saying is we can prove a migratory pattern and genetic connection to these people. And what the second part of that is, in order for us to really confirm and do all of this, we need to complete a lot of the genetic evidence and a lot of the genetic markers, right? Now, we can make an argument for cultural practices and things that we see with people getting off the slave ship, and we can make an amazing argument for Afro-Asiatics with the same genetic markers. So like myself, EM180, and we can run back through various haplogroups, even if you want to go back and start at the Natufians and then work your way forward, where we can have some very solid arguments to align with a migratory pattern that will put some of us in the Sahel, and then from there migrating to different parts of East and West Africa, especially because of the different migrations that happen due to the transatlantic slave trade, and then because of the transatlantic slave trade ending up over here in the different parts of America. But I want to make it clear, it's never my argument that every single Black person that came over in the transatlantic slave trade is an Israelite. This is why transgenerational epigenetic inheritance comes into play as well, right?
Mhm.
Which is basically starts to talk about all of the trauma and the stimuli that you experience is what's going to start to bring you into certain conversations, right? And then I'll leave it at that. And once again, we can have those debates and have those conversations.
All
I
right.
love I love to save some of that for the prelims.
All right. Most definitely. All right. So DMG question number two. Given that many African Americans descend from various West African peoples due to the transatlantic slave trade, how do
Right.
you reconcile the genetic diversity among Black people in America with the claim of a shared Israelite bloodline?
Excellent question. So now we start to get into people what we call endogamy or endogamy, right? Because people are marrying and intermarrying and having children with a bunch of different people, it tends to create a varied, what we call male genetic haplogroup, right? Um, so the conversation becomes less about shared Israelite heritage, as in, oh, we all just come from this thing, and it becomes more about a genetic model, right? We think this is the genetic model for this is the genetic model for that. And then from there, you have subclades or offspring based upon basically having kids with different people, right? So sometimes you're going to see, and it's really going to depend on your autosomal makeup, right? This is where we really got to get in and break down on various uh, what we call STRPs, short tandem repeats, right? Like how many how many autosomal connections do we have to different places, and then be able to make those arguments based upon where we see those genetic markers come up in a migratory conversation. And I know it seems like a word salad, but it's not. So basically, where were these people, and then what time period, and then looking at time period, do we see genetic markers in that space? And so that's how we make the argument. Just to be honest, we still got to work on putting together an accurate model, though, right? I think the brother Moore probably, in my opinion, has the best model out here, but he and I still agree. And so this was the best part. So we've actually done it, like, so for instance, we've done the interviews. Well, he did the interview with Tudor Parfit. He and I interviewed Dana Reynolds Marinici. And one of the things Tudor Parfit said was, yes, you're going to find different tribes in Africa, in West Africa, and in Central Africa. It's your job now to go out there and do the research, right? But even without them, there are different tribes that we can lean on and have the conversation. It's just my argument at this point, in order to present the best scholastic argument, I want to go over there, link up with my brothers and sisters who have these claims, and do the same genetic testing that those other group of people who you would say are the people of the book, right? I want to have the same ability to do that same genetic testing that they were able to do, so that way we can prove our heritage as well. That's the issue that I have, right? We're not seeing the same scholastic integrity across the board. So you want us to stand up and have a complete and total genetic model, while saying at the same time we've been devastated and destroyed by the gaze and the destruction of white supremacy, right? So if we look at racism and white supremacy and how it's been able to keep us from being able to have control of certain resources and the ability to do this because we don't own the companies, we don't have enough money to get these things done yet, then I'm saying you put the money up, whoever the problem is, start to work with us and put the money up so we can create the genetic model. If not, sit back and watch us work. And for right now, let us give you what the model looks like, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. All right. All right. So, ready for question number 389?
Always ready.
All right. Some argue that modern DNA science is rooted in Western institutions with colonial histories. How do you navigate trusting that some scientific system to validate your ancestral identity?
By actually taking a DNA test. Another great question, right? I got the same E haplogroup or the same genetic connection to my father as my son, right? So DNA don't lie, right? Especially when you start to understand what we call centimorgans. So any of y'all ever did your 23andMe genetic test? When you do the 23, when you do the 23andMe joint, and you start to see your different cousins, and these are people who you know being your cousins your whole life. If you start to get them to take the test, you'll literally be able to trace, and they'll be your first cousin, second cousin, third cousin, such and so forth, based upon a centimorgan number, right? This is how we start to trust DNA, by actually studying how the genetic science works and then making that argument. Now, what I can say is we do seem to see a lot of what's what I'm looking for, obstacles put in the way of trying to make these arguments, right? I will say that. But the science is the science, right? Like my son is going to be my son, my daughter is going to be my daughter, my dad's going to be my dad. And we can start to trace that, so on and so forth, and move your way back further through time and start to make these arguments. So I hope that answered the question.
Nice, nice, Nice. All right. So, boy, DMG got a lot of questions. Boy,
Just run through 'em.
man, he got like 8 of them. We on number 4.
Let's go.
Boy, woo! Blame it on DMG. We're
We
coming with these
good.
questions, boy. All right. Number 4, right? How do you respond to critics from scholars and rabbis, both black and non black, who argue that Hebrew identity is traditionally determined by lineage and culture, not just DNA or skin color?
I would agree. Like, and if you listen to what my argument is here, it's an amalgamation of it all, right? So it's culture, it is lineage, and it is DNA. Now, when we talk about culture, a part of that culture then becomes the Bible, right? Because the Bible gives us the history of these people. And so what the Bible does then is tell you that these people will be scattered and that a lot of them would lose their lineage or lose their identity. We clearly can point to different times where this happened, especially after the return of these people from the Babylonian captivity, and then going into that first century in Jerusalem in 70 AD. When 70 AD happens, when Jerusalem is ransacked, their records are destroyed. These people are scattered. They're ran to different parts around the globe. Some of them run into Europe. Some of them run into Asia. Some of them run into Africa. And so while I will admit we do have to have a lineage conversation, that lineage conversation has to be done when we're able to reconcile our genetic connection to the African tribes that are on the continent that still have this claim, right? Because those of us that are over here have lost our identity. And so that's why I say it's not correct to say that every African American is going to be an Israelite, but it is correct to say that a lot of us will have connections to those groups. So it's a multifaceted conversation. It's not just one thing.
Okay. Okay. So now we're rushing to number 5. Hey, Non, you doing heck of a great, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. These questions will have me sweating. You know what I mean?
Nah,
But
saying nothing, fam. Shout out to DMG. These are great questions.
shout out to DMG. Yeah, he don't like when I do that. I got his intro that he don't like, you know what I'm saying? I'll
Yeah.
be like, get ready for ladies night with DMG. He hate that. That boy be hating that. But that's the anthem right there. He be
Hey, he finna give you the business name,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. All right, man. Let's get to number 5. I don't know what that is in Spanish. I think cinco. Nah, I know it
Cinco.
ain't. It is cinco. All right, it's cinco, man. All right. Beyond the DNA results that cultural practices, oral traditions, or historical records with your family or community support your claims to being an Israelite. It's number 5.
Say it again.
Oh, okay, all right. You ain't understand my accent. Let me slow it down. Okay. Beyond the DNA results, what cultural practices, oral traditions, or historical records with your family or cult community support your claim to being an
Excellent.
Israelite?
Excellent. So I can speak directly for me first. So my family and shout out to the brother Orthodox Moore again. I love to give him credit where credit is due. Um, I'm trying to go on a long tangent. One of the things I've done in this community that I haven't seen many people do, I've seen a couple of people do it, many people haven't do, is I've gone to different sites to try to make different cultural connections. And one of the things I did was go to Savannah, Georgia, to the church that's out there. Forgive me, I don't remember the name of the church, but I've been there twice. It's the church that we've had all the arguments about when it comes to the pews and which language was on the pews, right? So a part of the argument that we're able to make is we see certain cultural practices, right, that people were doing when they got off the slave ship, right? And so some of this is going to be, we see an amalgamation of Christianity, Judaism, and Islam or Muslim practices, right? And I'll let Moore bring a lot of that out because he's done all that research and I don't want to trample on that brother's research. But I can speak to it intelligently, but I want to give him credit where credit is due. But we see a lot of cultural things that line up. And so a lot of those things I see happening in my family over the course of the last 6, 7, even 8 generations, right? Some of it is word of mouth, but some of it is things that are still practiced in our family, rites of passages, different types of baptism, especially like child baptism. A lot of these things we see handed down generation to generation. Now, the other important conversation though is, and this is not taking a shot at Islam, right? But a lot of what we see is forced conversion during the Arab slave trade. And so the conversation then becomes, because we see a co-religionist practice, that is a huge indicator as to who these people are. Because if not, they would have just kept practicing whatever African spiritual system that they were doing. But because we do see a lot of our people practicing some of these things, and even going so far as back to have some first temple practices, right? We start to be able to paint a cultural picture of, we see some of these things passed down to and fro. But then finally, though, the final conversation about this is what we call a revert, right? Once you lose your identity, you come back into the conversation. And once again, that's where transgenerational epigenetic inheritance would play a huge role.
Oh man, nice. So okay, so now we're going to number 6, man. And after this, we got 2 more questions, man. And then,
Man, why you want to keep playing DNA, DMG? I got you later. I'm finna, oh, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to have some conversations about Pan-Africanism.
oh man, hold on, man. So, hey, we got to get on you first before we get into that, man. You know, we boy, y'all, this is wild, boy. But hold up, man. We gotta get back on this genetics right here, man. Cause boy,
Let's
DMG got
go.
some fiery questions, man. Cause you know one thing about Paradigm Shift TV 314, man, we that pressure, man. It's the most extreme environment, man. We only want the toughest of the tough and not the weakest of the weak. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be strong to be over here, man. But
I'll be honest, bro.
DMG,
I'm still drinking water. We chill. We just chill right now.
all
Let's
right,
go.
man. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go to number 6. What primary historical and linguistic source outside of the Bible text, biblical text, do you refer on to substantiate the claim that the transatlantic slave trade fulfilled Deuteronomy 28 specifically in relation to African Americans? How do you address counter arguments from mainstream Semitic
Yeah.
scholarship?
Outstanding question. So my brother Orthodox Moore and I on record saying that we don't start with Deuteronomy 28. Like, that's why I'm telling y'all. Like, y'all not finna link me with a lot of the other stuff. Now, because I am a smoke jumper, I mean, I'll put that backpack, I'll put that parachute on my back and I'll jump into the fire.
Smoke
I'll
jump.
answer the question, right? I'll answer the question in a second. But I want to make it clear that I don't stand on the claim just strictly from Deuteronomy 28. I think we use the entire Bible, right? Especially, and this is what I'm talking about when it comes to end time prophecy, right? So when we talk about primary sources, um, there's not. I just think it's what we call a false dilemma fallacy, right? To give me an either or question like that. Like, there is no one primary source. We use multiple sources. Like, one of the sources I use is Tudor Parfit did a lot of work on this, but he had an assistant, a lady named Magdal LaRue, right? And it was a great article that she had, which talked about the need for using a lot of these African tribes use their oral traditions and their oral history to paint an accurate picture of where they came from and how they got where they were. And so what science is starting to do, a part of science is cultural anthropology, right? So we would use cultural anthropological work to have a conversation about how these people got where they were, and then we'll start to run DNA tests. Now, I don't want to go into all of my sources because I didn't pull up tonight to do presentations, and I literally got to debate these things, right? So
Right.
while Unc and them may come in and want to do presentations, I'm in a whole debate tournament where these guys are going to hold their sources close to the vest. I have no problem showing sources when it's time to prep for the debate. Like, I'll share what I'm going to bring. But before we get to the debate, before we have a preliminary, no, I'm not going to play shot. But there are ways that we go about making the conversation and then linking it up with the Bible. I don't think it's fair to try to make the argument outside of linking it up with the Bible, because the biblical narrative is where we even get the argument from. If it's not for the Bible, we're not even having the argument because the Bible gives us the cultural understanding,
Right.
right? So
Right. Oh man. Oh man. Hey man. A9. You hard as hell when it come down to it, bro. I gotta give it to you, man. That's some hard shit, man. You really are breezing through these things, man. You know what I'm saying? You really
we didn't
are.
have to fight it, bro. We didn't have to deal with it.
Man, man, man. And all this came from the journey of you battling and brawling in these debate streets.
Yeah.
Oh man. All
I
right.
hate losing, bro. I hate losing.
Hey, that's one thing you and A1 got in common. You know what I'm saying?
I hate losing.
But hey, only one of y'all, only one of y'all will win. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
to my brother A1, a tie is a loss, man. You know what I'm saying?
it
And
is. That's why
yeah.
I felt bad for Tank.
Oh
he
man. Oh
tried.
yeah. Hey, Tank said, man, he gotta come back stronger. All that, hey, I'm finna retire, I'm finna help people. Soon as he had that fight, man, he like, hell no, I'm finna come back stronger.
Yeah,
Fuck that. I
yeah.
got my
He had
fire
no
back.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he like Jimmy Butler. I got my joy back. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I'd rather just an L on my record than a tie, just to be honest.
I feel. All right, man. Now we only got two more questions left. A9. Here we are to number 7. And it goes like this. How do you reconciliate the genetic data from peer-reviewed studies on why DNA haplogroups among West African and Levantine populations with the claim that African Americans are the true descendants of ancient Israelites?
Outstanding. Great question. This is the one I was really hoping to get. So I got to educate y'all a little bit on how I view it. I'm a little different when I'm going to give this answer than maybe my brother Orthodox more, but I am going to end up lining up with him once I get to the end of the statement. I love this question. Number one, I feel like y'all don't understand how modern DNA works, especially when you look at these companies. So, for instance, if I go take a 23andMe or Ancestry conversation, they're going to initially take me back 500 or 600 years, right? And now you'll be able to start to go back, a little further the deeper you get into the conversation. But initially, you're going back 500 or 600 years. The reason that that becomes a problem is because what they're doing is taking samples from people who are living in that region at this time. They are not taking into account migratory patterns. And I keep bringing this up. So now, because we do have autosomal DNA and we do have a lot of different autosomal models now, this is where I'm going to start to line up with my brother Moore, right? Because now we can start to look at autosomal DNA and look at a lot of different genetic, I'm just going to say intermingle, right? I'm trying to keep this as surface level as possible.
Right, right, right. You don't expose your
Um,
hand, man.
yeah, we can now start to make arguments about migration and how we get there. But the way that we deal with it is first understanding that your initial DNA test is just it's just that it's your initial joint. Like you're getting 400 or 500 years based upon where people are now, and it's not necessarily taking into account where people come from. And so when we make the argument about a lot of us are connected to these people, we're talking about where they started out, the migration pattern. And even if some of these people you want to say, well, their DNA started out here in Ethiopia, and then it went into the Levant, and then it came back. Well, then that's fine, right? That means at some point in time we intersect, we interact, and then that's how I get connected to it. I have no to say that it's cut and dry about well, you started out in Israel and you should have no, bro. The Bible talks about these people being spread to the four corners of the globe, and they're not practicing marriage within their same people group the entire time. Now, maybe when you get to the Limba, they are. Maybe when you get to certain parts of the Igbo, they are. Or certain groups who still have their identity, those people would. But those of us that would have lost our identity, the argument is we would have been married and intermingled with a lot of different people groups, right? And so now that's why that autosomal conversation becomes much more important. So that's how we reconcile it.
All right, all right, all right. And hey, nine. One thing I gotta say though, man. And there's just one thing I want to ask before we get to the final question, right? So, not giving your hand, right? So,
Mhm.
I noticed that you're very cautious, you're very careful. You know what I'm saying? And I have no problem with that. But I would like to know one of the reasons why you're so cautious? Is it that you don't want to give your opponents an edge? You don't want individuals to try to catch you up? Or what's the main reason, man?
All the above, all the above. And so different platforms got different rules. You got to know where you debate, right? I know here everybody's gonna sit back and clip something up and try to use it and run with it, right? And I'm one of those dudes who, like, I'm not a Captain Tazariak or whatever, but people will run my name, right? And so I have to take that into account, but I also have to take into account on debate night what can and won't be used against me, right? And so when it's time to pull up for a debate, especially when we're in a situation where you're not necessarily going to share your sources with me, you're not going to tip your hand to me. Like, if I'll say this about Courtney when we were getting ready to debate, and shout out to that brother. I'm sorry we didn't get to have that debate, man. Life happens, right? So, but at least Courtney was willing to share sources, right? He was straight up like, this is where I'm coming from. If that's the type of person I'm debating, then yeah, I'll give you my argument, and now we're going to pull up and we're going to have it. But I've debated some of the best guys out here, and they'll say one thing and then pull up with a completely different argument on debate night based upon what you told them in your preliminaries and in your different conversations. To me, you know, that's real feminine energy. I'll say that. I got another way of saying it, but I promise certain people that I stop talking like that. But that's sit down and you know what type of energy, in my opinion, right? Like, right. Like if we're gonna exchange information, let's exchange information. But since everybody don't work like that, I'm very cautious in a debate space. Like, and I'll be honest, I don't have a problem sharing my sources and my information. But if you're not doing the same thing, then I got to pull up and be ready to shoot on debate night.
Right, right. Oh man, and I get it, and I know what you're talking about too. You know, they just they do a complete 180. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Complete 360. You know what I'm saying? I seen that completely. I ain't gonna say no names. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but you are right. Everybody do come over to Paradigm Shift TV 314. Like you know, DMG, me, Ratchet. You know, the one and only Secretary Sage. We push for neutrality. You feel what I'm saying? So and Quinn said it's trifling, not feminine.
My bad, Quinn.
Yeah. So we push for neutrality, you know. A
Yeah.
lot of individuals come here, you know what I mean? They come here looking for a fight, you know what I mean? Like not too long ago, Unc West and the pseudo killers, man, they were running up on individuals over here, man. We had to tell them calm down, it ain't Sarnetta. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And they bowed down, and shout out to the pseudo killers, man. Shout out to the champion Sid. You know what I'm saying? Our Lions Den champion. Shout out to him. You know?
Shout out to Sid. Shout out to Aunt. This ain't gonna be a joint though where everybody come up here and make me the one person in Israelite history that's gonna prove all the Israelite DNA neither, right?
Yeah.
So if that's what you think it is, bro, I'm gonna push back. I'm gonna embarrass you. You better relax.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Let's get to DMG's final question. Question number 8. Given the diversity of ancient Israelite culture over time and the archaeological evidence of Canaanite influence, how do you define Israelite identity in a historical consistent way? And what criteria do you use to exclude others who make similar ancestral claims, meaning Ethiopians, Jews, Lamba, and etc.?
Great question again, and it lines up with the same. So I want to let y'all know, bro. I'm not trying to answer these questions the same way, but they are kind of similar questions, right? And so the way that we do this is now once again an amalgamation of culture, lineage, genetics, and oral history, and that's a part of culture, right?
Right.
I'm not the person that's gonna say, nah, I gotta keep it a stack. There are certain groups that I feel are disqualified, right? But after they've been doing it for 5, 6, 7, 800, 900 years, you kind of got to get them a pass and say, well, now that's their culture now, right? If you want to call them a convert and say they converted a long time ago or whatever, then go ahead and go with that. But like, I don't necessarily work to disqualify anybody. I work to make sure that I can qualify us. And that's one of the main things I'm working with my brother to do, to make sure that we have our own qualification and certifying board to really put everybody in their right place that is a part of our diaspora. And so the way that we do that, the way that we put this thing together or qualify is we look at who's practicing what, who's doing what, and how you ended up where you are, basically. So migratory patterns and cultural practices, lineage, and then the biblical narrative. We run it all together. I want to make it clear, like we never exclude the Bible because I haven't just said Bible, 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 Bible. And I know that bothers a lot of biblical believers. Just understand in the debate, I'm definitely going to open up with the Bible to set the foundation. And then I'm going to take you into history or whatever archaeological or cultural anthropological evidence that I have to make a complete argument, right? I never do a one-dimensional argument. It's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6 layers to every argument. And so the way we do this is an amalgamation of culture, lineage, DNA, and when we say culture, the first part of that is the Bible.
Okay. All right. Excellent. And you got through all of DMG's questions.
You know, a lot of individuals cannot answer his questions. You know, DMG is very meticulous in how he do stuff, man. Again, shout out to the brother DMG. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, hey, that was excellent. I cannot wait to get you in the Versus series, right? But so check this out, right? There are some things, man. I probably have to have another show with you, and I want to ask you, and we can go into that, man. But what I want to do, just to keep it light, simple, short, and sweet, check it out. In the Versus series, right? You're coming in to take on Courtney, right? It's established. You cut him up, Courtney, versus Anon, aka the Anonymous Hebrew. That's gonna be blockbuster. That's gonna be big. It's gonna be excellent. So this is the thing I want to know right here, right? Other than Courtney, who else are you eyeing in the Versus series?
Everybody.
Oh man, you don't
Ain't
got
none
no
of y'all getting
favorites?
that. I mean, the first person I wanted to debate was A1, but you know,
Oh man,
I know he has something going on, and plus he had the topic that I really wanted. I guess was already done. But if
right,
I get a chance, that's that topic that I want. That's the person that I want.
right.
I need to learn more about Heru consciousness, but I love his energy, and because he's number 2, I want that smoke. I want the smoke just because he's number 2, right? I
Right.
understand that Neil Love is going through some things, so I
Shout
don't
out to
speak
the
about
brother.
those. Shout out to the brother. I don't speak about nobody that ain't here to defend themselves yet. So shout out to that king. We'll be here when you get back, and you know what I'm saying. Hopefully we can mix it up. Hey, look, Hemi, this ain't personal, bro. I love you. I see you out there. I want to mix it up with Hemi, bro. Like,
Oh, you want to
hey,
mix it up with him?
I want to mix it up with Hemi. Like, especially all the top 5. So what we saying? A1, Courtney, Hemi, Heru, and since Neil can't get it in, you know, we get that brother a pass. But notice I got him off memory, right?
Oh man,
So and it don't matter what order, right? And if I do one and then I take a shot at Pan, or if I do, you know, I'm not saying do like so pause, I don't mean like that. But if we fight, you know, if it's Courtney first, you know, and I'll be respectful.
I got
Let's
you.
say I go against Courtney first, and I'm lucky enough to get by him. Um, you know, whoever is that next space, right? If it's Hemi, if it's A1, whomever it is, if it's the brother Esau, because I know he's gonna get in the mix soon. Um, it's whatever. I got. Hey, look, bro, this ABC season, bro. Anybody can get it, right?
Hey,
Especially if you in that top space, like it's up. Just know it's up, right? And
anybody can get it.
yeah.
That's cold right there. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it.
Hey, and hold on, let me say this, and that's why I say anybody in that top 10, because we don't know what those debates gonna look like. So if somebody in the top 10 move their way up, because I think Michael Everett is somewhere close. Like if any of them cats move it up, you there too, right? Like whoever move up into that top 5, or if I gotta, if I, you know, the judges feel like I took an L, and then I gotta go back further or whatever it take. And then don't get it twisted. You got a real demon in here named Lucifer, who who everybody better watch out for,
yeah,
right?
he
So
not even ranked yet. His debate right now, man, like his is going on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So he's
yeah,
going up against the brother, the electromagnetic Messiah. Laurel Burns, you know what I'm saying? Cause they, cause that top 10 is packed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Individuals fighting to get in for a spot now, you know what I mean?
And shout out to
So
that brother. Shout out to the brother Joshua or Lucifer. Like that's little bro, right? So I
yeah,
don't
that's
mean little bro. I don't mean little bro like I'm sonny. I mean I'm just older. That's
yeah.
all. Like
Yeah,
little,
that dude like 7'10", you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
right.
So he
Like
ain't
his
yeah,
information is crazy. Like
yeah,
don't
yeah,
don't sleep on him, bro. So
yeah.
look, I got respect for all the debaters. I'm not saying like y'all pushovers, right? If we hit the panel, I'm gonna flex like you gonna flex. But I'm also telling you, fam, don't sleep on me, right? You give me a week, I'm decent. You give me 2 weeks, I'm great. You give me 3 or more, bro, I'm gonna beat you. It just is what it is,
Oh man. Oh
right?
man.
I
I ain't
don't I
gonna
don't care. I don't care if you start talking. If it's something I never studied before, I'm gonna beat you. I'm a maniac when it comes to this,
oh
right?
man.
I'm neurotic, fam. Like
Oh man.
so play games and think I'm playing and think I'm just talking and whatever. I'm gonna figure out how to beat you, fam. I'm gonna figure out how to get you out of there.
All right, yo, that's nice. That's nice. So yeah, A9, check it out. It is time, brother. It is time. It is time to open up the panel and to put individuals from the chat to the dang show. So I gotta say this, man. A9 said he want to keep it cordial. He want to keep it, just legit. He's not here to debate tonight. You know what I'm saying? He's not here to debate, but he basically is. He's here basically just to kind of, just rap. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody want to hit the link, there it is right there. If anybody want a little bit of smoke with the anonymous Hebrew, here's your chance right here. Go ahead, hit the link. He's right here. I gotta give it to you, A9, man. Hey, you are a showman, brother. You is a showman for real, for real.
Appreciate you. I wish I had the numbers higher. I'm gonna figure out how to do that too. I'm gonna start sharing this more. I got to do better on my part. So
Nah,
I want to
nah,
make sure that we do make the numbers do what they do.
nah. There's stuff we gotta do. There's stuff we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? There's some things I gotta do better also. You know what I'm saying? But we got a individual. We have my favorite barbecue sauce, but it's my homie. You know what I'm saying? A1. Then we got the enigmatic Joker herself, Quinn, in the building.
Peace, y'all. Peace.
What we got? What we got? So who wanna go first? Who wants to go first? Who
You
got a
pull
question?
you pulled up A1 first so he can go first.
All right.
Ladies
A1,
first.
you
Ladies
got
first. Do your thing.
what the heck going on? Ladies first, A1 first. All right, Quinn, you want to give it to you.
Okay. Um Anon, of course, um I've actually never seen you debate before, but of course I've
Mhm.
heard of you. And I am so excited that you're over here. I wanted to ask if, like, for your debating topics, are they all going to be religion, or do you do like other topics?
Yeah, I'll debate anything. Um, Politics, Black liberation theory, or theology, however you want to put it, Pan Africanism, economics, sports. I don't care.
Hmm. Okay. Thank you for letting me
I
know.
like. Yeah,
Oh,
I
go
would.
ahead.
I literally would prefer not to do the biblical debates, just because most of these people don't know the Bible, right? So
Yeah.
so it just becomes an exercise in futility, right? So, but yeah, I'll debate whatever. Hey, shout out to Domo.
Hold up, I gotta do a real special introduction for him, but I'm gonna do it in a minute. Just hold on right quick, Demo. Hold up right quick, man. Hold up right quick, cause this is another man autograph that I want. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't give me no autograph either, so he going last. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
So A1, what you got, brother? For the dear A9. What you got, homie? I know you gonna talk some shit.
Man, we got Domo in the building, man. We got to let the man, the myth, the legend go before me, man.
All
I
right,
haven't I
so
haven't seen his name pop up on this channel in a minute, man.
so hold
How you
up.
how you feeling today, man?
So hold on. I gotta introduce the political paragon. I got to introduce the man that actually brings forth actual debating prowess in the community. He was the one who said, I don't want to just debate the Bible. I want to debate politics. And niggas was like, what? Politics? He said, yes, politics. Standing at 7'2", tall as hell, cool as hell, family man, the one and only number one, Domo, the man who know that Kobe is the GOAT. Yeah, man, what it do, Domo? What
What's
it
good with
do?
y'all, man? What's good with y'all? I definitely be trying to tap in when I can. You know, I'm on the West Coast, so I still be at work when y'all be getting it in. But shout out to, what I'm saying, Paradigm Chef. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate the love. I really came up here to talk shit. I ain't gonna lie. So y'all
Oh, man.
showing all this love,
Hey, bro.
kind of fuck it up, cause I was gonna get up here. Who told y'all this dude was any good? Who told
Hey,
that's what I want to know.
hey,
Where did
bro.
this come from? You know
Bro,
what I'm saying?
why y'all let this copy machine engineer into the building, bro? Hey, number one, bro, stop. Y'all gotta stop pretending like Damo is that guy, bro. Damo is a professional ink cartridge changer.
Man, listen, this is coming from my favorite plumber. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's seen Anonymous Hands, you may not. You know, a lot of people ain't seen. A lot of people ain't seen his face because he anonymous, right? He anonymous. But I seen this nigga hands one time, and I'm like, boy, you look like you playing dirt, boy. Like you look like you be digging in pipes. All of that, man, all of that. But nah, it's dope. It's dope to see you over. That's all I was like, oh, yeah, I definitely I gotta pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If ain't nothing up there, I gotta pull up. You know what I'm saying? Chime
you
in
know
just
what it is,
cause.
bro. You know what we trying to
Yeah, I
do.
mean, you
So
feel because look,
yeah,
outside of we do our thing over at
yes,
SVDL, but you know what
sir.
I'm saying. I definitely want to rock with, you know what I'm saying, get a couple of them in with Paradigm, you feel me?
Yes,
Like,
sir.
cause like the more we can grow the ecosystem, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying, the debate ecosystem, the better, you feel me? The more platforms we have where it's like really about debating, you know what I mean? And you got people who can be judged and be cool, you feel me? Like you don't really
Facts.
see that in a lot of
Facts.
other places. So it's like it's dope how like when y'all debates are concluded, they concluded. You know what I mean? A winner
Yep.
is a
Yeah,
winner. Y'all talk about it afterwards and y'all going about y'all business.
And
Like
move on.
yeah.
you don't see that. You don't see that often. You feel me? So like, y'all getting in over here. I'm definitely a fan of. And any way I can support it for real. I'm trying to get it in with some of y'all best and brightest. You feel me?
Facts.
Like what's
Facts.
cause with the homie Pan, like it seemed like he just run shit. You know what I'm saying? Has he
Really?
lost? I don't think I have.
No.
Nah.
So Pan 5-0 currently right now. He's 5-0. He's the champion. He went through. He had two title defenses. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I mean, yeah. So he's doing his business. He's doing his due. The man actually put in his work, and he does run some shit over here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, a man work off the sweat of his brow,
yeah,
right? So the man worked his way to the top, man. So yeah, he the champ, man. He's our cartoon
yeah,
champ.
yeah. Like the debates he be having. Yeah, the debates he be having. I mean, he be cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he definitely cooks. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna deal
so
with that
yeah,
at the end though.
y'all can have him. Y'all can have, you know what I'm saying, anonymous. Have him get beat up. You know what I'm saying? Beat up on anonymous first, and then he get him and then I, you know what I'm saying, I try to peek my head in there and see what's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause
I feel. Hey,
I ain't even gonna press you on the championships. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let it be. I'm
oh
gonna say
yeah,
this
you
though.
know, season 3 SVDL champ, anonymous. Season 3
Appreciate that.
SVDL champ.
Appreciate that.
You gotta
Appreciate that.
give it, you know what I'm saying? So
Hey, look, but
I'm still trying to give you one of those.
I do gotta say this though. Like all sincerity, like um, Domo might be the worst debater in the community. You know, every this is playing. I've learned uh, I've learned so much from Domo. Like, in case y'all don't know, this brother got a real pedigree, a real collegiate debate pedigree, and this is why I'm so serious about the debate space, because I don't know if I ever would have been able to debate somebody of his caliber. I don't know if I would have ever been able to interact and learn. Now, he and I have never been on the clock, which is weird because ain't neither one of us running. I think we just ain't never been able to come up with a title, and then things never forced us to be in that space. But I will definitely figure something out this year, this season. I don't think we give brothers enough credit where credit is due. Eventually, it's gonna go down him and I think the brother Orthodox Moore, who are two brothers that are diametrically opposed to each other, right? I think hopefully my name is in that space, but I think those two brothers are gonna be responsible for conversations about what has shifted, what it looks like to debate in the spaces that we debate in. And I'm eternally grateful to both of them. They're two brothers that I consider to be my friends, and I don't get to give his brother enough credit. Like, Domo the truth. So, well, I call him Domo, but y'all say Domo. So,
Hey, and let me say this though. Let me say this. If I whatever, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to get it in over here. So respectfully, I know you can't just shoot at the champ from the get go. You know what I'm saying? It's got to work their
yeah,
way up. So you know, whatever nigga, wherever a nigga can get in where he fit in, because you know we really do this debate shit. You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
I would. I love to, you know what I'm saying, break some shit down over here, see what type of topics niggas is willing to explore. I mean, just to, like I said, the more ecosystem, the better.
Facts.
All right,
Facts.
all right, all right. Excellent, excellent. Hey, yeah, Domo, but if you really want to help us out, brother, you can give me that autograph. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, you
Appreciate
know,
it.
hey, bro. If you don't give me that autograph, man, you're gonna be right along Aunt West and Sarnetta about being a reptilian
Oh
that's coming here to
man.
brainwash the black
Nah,
community.
nah, nah. I got you.
Oh
I got you.
man.
It's love. It's
Yeah,
love. I
yeah,
got
yeah.
you.
Chris,
Hey,
Chris
bro. Hey,
Harris,
let me say. Go ahead. I gotta say something though before we done, so I don't
hey,
get myself in some
hey,
trouble. I
Chris
gotta say
Harris
something.
already a reptilian. He been a reptilian for years. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go down that route.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. What you got? What you got, A9?
Hey, shout out to Taz. Shout out to Rio. Man, shout out to Chris. Nothing personal against the brother. We got a real crazy competitive thing going on. So, but shout out to them brothers. Like, shout out to all the SVDL. I don't want to like say like nobody else is great. Like, these are all top tier great debaters. I learned a lot from Domo, and I learned a lot from Moore, and that's just the truth. So I believe in being truthful about certain things.
All right, all right, all right. And check it, check it, check it. We got TKO Dawson in the building. I hope your volume is working, brother. I hope it's working. But hold up right quick, man. Let me go over to A1 right quick before we get to you. Domo, I want that autograph. But anyway, like I was saying, like I was saying though. Yo, A1, what you got, man, for A9? What you got, brother?
I was gonna ask him some questions about what he said about. He was saying you were saying you need to create a working model for the DNA.
I'm saying my brothers have definitely created something that we can stand on, but it's not where I would want it to be. And so what I'm talking about is being able to do more in-depth research on the continent in order to line up those different genetics and to be able to trace directly to various African groups that are claiming lineage to this.
Yeah, that they doing that. Like, what do
I'm not
you
saying they're
think?
not. I'm not
What
saying they're not. I'm saying I want to do more.
you want to do more?
Yeah, because what
And
we
you
see
don't
right
think
now,
enough is being done? That's what you're
no,
saying?
no, I'm saying it's never gonna be enough, right? So
Or
unlike y'all, like this is really my what I consider to be my culture. So right now we have some work when it comes to the limber. We have kind of some work when it comes to the
what
Igbo.
why you get real low when you said limber?
I love the limber. What do you mean?
Go ahead, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah, I got no issue. Like So let me say this. I really want you to understand who you're dealing with. So first off, shout out to Kohan Hamadisha, who was the priest that we were dealing with, the chief priest of the tribal people over there, who just lost a battle with cancer. This is one of my closest friends. I can show you different emails and things that we had in private. Like I don't stand on that publicly trying to act like them like that. I love the Limber people. So I don't want there to be anything said that I have anything or any issue against the Limber people. I love them. I love the genetic work that we've seen. So I want to clear that up. So if I did sound low, then my mic went low. So, but we have certain models. We have some work there. There's just more. I want to see more because we have other tribes and other groups and other people groups in the area that we can paint deeper, stronger models with, I think. And it's just going to be great to see what happens in the future.
Okay, the last studies, DNA studies I looked at were saying the Limba, the Igbo, and the Falasha aren't actually connected to that through the Y chromosome. But we'll talk about it one day.
Wait,
I'm gonna get at you after recording.
Hold on. Are you saying that there are no Limba that have any CMH connection?
There are. What you say earlier. I'm not gonna give all my sources away.
That's a yes or no though. No, that's a
let me go ahead and mirror that energy right now, and we'll save it for a later date and time. Because I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Yeah, we're gonna box, man. So real quick though, I just want to know from my understanding, because I'll be honest with you, if you're not afraid, we can have a conversation, we can change sources, we can make it real scholastic.
That sounds like something that need a flyer to me, baby.
I
want to see my name on the big lights.
Hey, I'll make you famous, fam. So listen.
It's too late. I'm already famous.
I'll make you famous.
Too late.
Hey, but for real, I do want to understand just this. Like, I don't need your sources, but I just want to understand. Are you saying that there is no CMH connection in any, like the Booba clan or any of that as it pertains to the Limber?
I'm saying what the studies clearly state is that the DNA does not reflect what you guys are trying to represent, and you guys are I believe that you guys are misappropriating someone else's culture. I don't believe that you guys have the DNA that connects back to the Levant. But we can get into all that another day, another time. You've already stated your stance, and that was good enough for me. So I know we can get a debate on it.
So at least at least you kind of know where I'm starting to come from in the different conversations. But I will say this: like, if that's the only work you want, then we could do it. But I just think you're an intelligent brother. I think there's so much more that we can find. But I've been waiting for that smoke.
I'm waiting for that smoke.
I've been waiting for that smoke for somebody who can come up here and get torched by it. So it works great for me.
But that debate is something I want in my catalog because I do want to get that information and that data out there.
So just one more question. Your thoughts on the CMH then? Like, you feel like that's better question. Do you feel like the Jews over there that are now, those are the only people, and that the CMH is the best way to determine who an Israelite is?
Okay, the first thing you said was those people over there, they're the only.
I'm not trying to say anything rude. I don't want to say nothing bad on the channel. That's why. Nothing against.
Well, no, you were saying that those people like the Limba are the only ones.
No, not the Limba. I'm not talking about the Limba. I'm talking about the actual, like the Ashkenazi, the Sephardim, the people who the Kohen Moto haplotype is based off of. Do you think that those are the only? Do you think that let me rephrase it. Do you think the CMH is the best and only measuring stick for determining who's connected to being an Israelite?
Now, not to dodge your question, but I had 3 other questions, and they were actually pertaining to that because you were saying some other stuff. I was taking notes when you was talking.
Appreciate
you were saying that. Like you were you was bouncing around a little bit because you said something like racism and white supremacy are suppressing. Well, this is my question. Do you believe that racism and white supremacy are suppressing the truth about your DNA lineage?
No, I think they're making it difficult for us to continue deeper testing. I don't think it's fair to say they're suppressing it.
But that's what's that. I don't know if that's the definition, but
I would say
they're making it more difficult.
I would say that suppression like works to an active an active plot. And while we could make the accusation, I have no way to prove that. So I try to be very careful about what I say. So if I did say something along the lines of they're purposely suppressing our DNA, which I don't think I said, if I did say that, then I'll clearly say I misspoke. But the point is, because we don't, and so when I say racism and white supremacy, what I'm saying is when we look at here's the Damo gonna go, bro. See, this is why I'm trying to stay this crazy dude. When we understand how capitalism works right now, we are definitely at a disadvantage with our ability to create the type of companies and create the type of revenue necessary to really move around the globe, move around the continent, especially to get the proper samples that we need. And so that is a thing that my brothers and I are really working on is coming up with a real genetic company that we can use to go to Africa and create and get the proper samples.
Now, see, that's almost. It seems like you came up with a real slick, politically correct way to say, like, I don't trust the white man's science. It seems like that's what you're doing right now.
But
Like,
if I didn't, the reason I disagree with that though, because if I didn't trust the white man's science, I wouldn't be talking about DNA. I do like the rest of my brothers and say that DNA don't matter.
okay,
I'm actually saying
that
see what I'm
actually
saying?
answers another one of my questions because you did say that DNA doesn't lie, and I was gonna come back to that. Like, well, you don't trust the models and believe in the models that we have, and you
No,
think
it's not. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying it is not extensive enough. So has every tribe in Africa that claims to be an Israelite been genetically profiled?
yes, I believe so.
Oh,
And if there's
okay.
one, you can correct me. I'll if
Okay.
there's one, I'll stand corrected.
I just want to know what you're saying. That's all.
If there's one, I'll stand. It's not something I would make the debate title.
Yeah, but then this is also why, really, if we were going to do it, what I would want to argue about is something along that CMH, right? Is the CMH the only way to determine this?
Is the CMH down? Okay, I'm writing it down.
Right? Something along that lines. Meaning, is it possible for us to create another working model based upon the oral histories and traditions of those people who have some of the same claims?
See, the reason I wouldn't take that debate because the whole thing that I want to show is that I believe that you're appropriating someone else's culture because you guys aren't Iranian. I mean, well, the DNA ties back to. I'm not even gonna get into all of that. That's
Man,
exposing my
I
hand.
mean,
But
I already know where you're gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Look, I love where you're trying to go with it. What I'm saying is we're gonna have to have equity on both sides, right?
okay, yeah, because is the CMHA the only way to determine? Like, that's not a debate topic.
But
Really,
but
it's a
I
discussion.
guess what I want to we need to my issue is we need to discuss how we leaning on the CMH and how to properly use it, or are we gonna come up with something that rivals it? Meaning, what makes basic question is what makes the Ashkenazi's claim more valid than the Igbo's claim?
And the words you were looking for earlier, you couldn't find it. You kept saying intermingling. It's admixture.
I understand it, but I'm trying not to go there, brother.
I'm not trying to distract you. My bad. Not a
So
red
hold
herring.
up. So hold up real quick, you two. We gonna get back with you two. This is gonna be an epic face off between A1, the Bible breaker, and Anon, aka the
Hold
anonymous.
on. You can't be the Bible breaker then when it comes deal with DNA though.
hey,
That's what's
hey,
going. Sometimes a lot of that stuff. A lot of the science breaks the Bible. So of course I'm going to deal with science.
But
hey,
that's
hey,
crazy.
hey, we
That's
gonna get with
crazy,
that.
boy.
We gonna get with that A9. But
I
the
want some
man was,
Bible smoke if you're gonna holler about it, bro. I'm
but
gonna
you
make you
have
change your
another.
name.
So hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. We have another individual. The man was waiting patiently. I brought him up. Apollo Bay in the building. What you got for A9 Apollo Bay? How you doing, Chief?
Hey,
Welcome.
nah, man, I want to talk to A1, bro. A1 smart, bro. What we doing, bro? All right, now I'm
Oh
just playing. Come on,
man.
Apollo, bro. My fault, bro.
He
All
said he
right.
want to talk to A1, but not Apollo. Oh,
A1 smart, fam. Like, I like talking to smart people. Pause. Like, it's just crazy,
oh
bro.
man. Oh man. Hey, you gonna take that Apollo?
I ain't gonna take it.
Hey, what's going on? What's up with y'all?
What's up, Apollo? What's up, man?
That's crazy work, bro. How you doing that for real? Like that's what we doing?
100%. You know what? You know
Word.
why though? You know
What's
why?
that?
Because y'all cats don't know how to ask for a debate. If you really want to debate me, fam, you should have did it respectfully, right? But since you want to keep
Yeah.
acting like, you tough and I'm running for you, I'm gonna give you all the smoke you want, bro. I'm gonna give you every single piece of the smoke you want. You ain't even worth holding my backpack when it comes to that conversation. Now, come get it.
Damn.
Damn.
Word. So we could set that up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no
Nah, you
problem with
gotta
that.
go through the proper channels. That's what you can do. Like
Oh,
I
for
had
real?
to. I don't get to jump in and just debate A1. I gotta wait. Because if I could, I would have debated him already. I don't get to just jump in and get to debate. What you need
I'm
to, that's what I'm
saying, yeah,
talking about.
I
But that's what
thought
I'm
you wasn't
saying. You
even
don't understand. That's what I'm
you ain't
saying. You
even
don't
in
understand.
yet.
I'm
I
here
thought
now.
you
Now I will
here
say
now, so
this.
we on the
Now
same
I'll say
level.
this.
We
No,
coming in on the
no,
same level. We should be
no,
the
no.
introductory. We
We
should
ain't
be
we
the
ain't I've
introductory to
already
this
got
thing. You know what I mean?
a title, already got a title and a prelim set up with somebody else.
Oh, all
Right?
right, no
That's what I'm
doubt, no
saying.
doubt.
Yeah, you pull
But
up
look,
late.
this is what I'm saying. I just wanted to, since you got your thing off, you know what I mean? I just wanted to, say a couple things to you. When I debated your man, you know what I'm saying, that you was giving all these props to, you know what I'm saying? There was a couple things that went down in our debate, you know what I'm saying? First, your man ain't show one source in the whole debate. It's 2025. There shouldn't be a 3-round debate without no sources. You know what I'm saying? That's one. And then for two, like when you go back and check our prelim, I gave your man my stance. You know what I mean? I gave him scriptures to let him know where I was at. But your man ain't give me none of that. I asked for it, he said no. You know what I mean? But this is what you asking for. You saying it's the real debaters put their stance out, you know what I'm saying? And there ain't no ambush scholarship. But I'm saying, that's what your man was doing, right? Because when we did our debate, he already had my stance in his first round, right? So I'm saying that since you say all of these things, you know what I'm saying, and yeah, man, who you saying that teach you all of this stuff, you know what I'm saying, he ain't do that in our debate. So why don't you bring all the stuff that I'm talking about, bring your stance, bring your sources, and then you could help your mans because I washed him up, right? I totally destroyed him, right? So if you want to pick up the pace and do it and show him how it should have been done. I mean, we could definitely get in the ring and handle the business the right way because he terribly failed.
You finished.
Yeah, I'm finished.
Hey, shout out to you, A1, for not getting up here copping pleas. This would sound like when somebody cop a plea. Your man didn't, your man didn't, your man didn't. What my man did was wash you, right? And then the second part, I never said he taught me this and taught me that. I learned a lot about debate. I ain't say he taught me the Bible and all of that. Now, I studied with my brother. I studied with a bunch of people, right? And so I want to make it clear. I don't want this to turn into you debating him, you debating his pupil and all of that, right? That's why I'm clearing that up, right? I don't want you to be running around doing all this nonsense. Now, the problem with you is, bro, I need to see that proof, right? Since you're going to make that claim, go to somebody's channel and prove that he didn't give you his information and that he did all that. Because what I keep hearing is a bunch of hearsay. Now, I ain't gonna front. I was involved with a lot of y'all prelims, right? I was watching them. You got a very weird way of setting up debates, right? So I think you need to work on that. But the point is this, and shout out to Miss Whitty. Yo, the point is this though. I'm gonna cook you, bro. It ain't gonna matter to me. Now, if you want to do it here, then you gotta do it, you know what I'm saying? You gotta wait it out, right? But if you want to go somewhere else, I'll gladly watch you, bro. That's an easy debate. And so the debate you're talking about is the Lord the Most High. This is the conversation you want or something like that. What was our topic?
Our topic was, and look, to keep it a being, right? So the
Topic.
only reason why I
Just
brought
give me
up
the
your
topic.
man,
I don't need the
look, the
extra.
topic was the Ancient of Days is the Ancient
Yeah,
of
there we
Days, the
go.
Lord of Hosts. But no, you said your man beat me, you know what I'm saying, when I was down in the chat. So that's the only reason why I brought him up, right?
Oh,
So
you
don't
did.
act like I just said something about him and nah, that ain't how it
You
went.
did.
You said the dude washed me up.
He
right?
did.
So I came up here to address some things that went down in our debate. You know what I'm saying? So don't act like I'm coming at
He
you like,
watched. He watched.
it's cool. You saying he did, but I think you saying you could do a better job, right?
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
say
do it.
better.
And I'm gonna
I didn't
even do
say
a
better.
recap.
I didn't say better. I said more aggressive. I didn't say better.
And I'm gonna do a recap. I'm gonna put out even more information, right? Because I had a 60-round clip for him, right? And you could clearly see.
You had 60 slides?
Yeah, I had a 60 slide joint for him,
Hey,
right? So I'm
I can't wait to
saying that,
respond to that.
yeah, hey, bro, I even invite you. I told him that we could do it together. I ain't no hater or no nothing like I'm gonna get up there and start talking about the man and he ain't there. I told him we could do our recap together, like, and go over it together. So
I'm
at the
talking
end
about
of
the
the day,
60 slide thing. I don't care how many slides you put up. All them slides can be
that's
trash,
where it's
man.
coming out in the
Right?
recap.
But I'm
I'm
talking
gonna
about,
go
but I'm
through
talking
all
about
my.
them.
I only
I'm
gave
talking
him
about them
like 20
slides.
slides. I gave him like
Right.
20
So when
slides.
you do the recap though, then do the recap on them 20 slides that you gave. I don't want to see the recap on your full 60 because you didn't unload the full 60. So when you do your recap on the 20 week little slides that you showed. That's number one. But
The
number two,
recap
fam,
definitely gonna be the
number
round. So why would you even say that if I'm doing the
well
recap? I
because
don't even
I
make no
watch
see you already discombobulated.
because I watch
You're
a
already
bunch of people
discombobulated.
because I watch a bunch of people act like they doing reviews and then they review what they would have did. And no 60 slides is not crazy work, fam. I'll throw together a 130 slide presentation like it's nothing. I've been doing this, right? But I don't think you really need that for that topic, right? But it's really easy, right? It's really an easy topic. But no, 60 slides is nothing, fam. Like I'm super petty with this. What are you talking about?
I mean,
I'll pull up my Exodus debate right now, and I'm running 189 slides
that's
on
what's
one
up.
debate. But the slides don't matter. The reason that I started talking about slides is because all my slides is packed with information. With you, I could pull up with 12 and just run them same sources over and over again because you don't understand the biblical narrative.
You gonna have sources in the debate?
That's
Because your man ain't have no sources. I mean, at least school him up on having sources in the debate, man. I don't care what we debating, pitching quarters. There gonna be some sources in it.
Oh,
right?
I feel you. I feel
So
you.
I'm saying that because
fault.
that's like a whole 3 rounds of just talking your opinion is crazy. So I'm saying that I want to see what the scholastic, because nobody never debated that topic. They ain't like this is an old topic and we just running a recourse on it. Nobody ain't never debated this topic, and it's really
people have
serious.
debated this topic. Where you been?
I ain't never
been in this community?
The ancient of days. I never seen nobody debate about
just because you use the word the ancient of days, bro. It's the same concept. And so
it ain't.
All right, let me just hear this from you. You consider yourself a Binitarian or a Trinitarian? That's the only thing I didn't get clear because
I ain't none of them. I'm a truth
seeker. You gotta be one, fam.
I'm a truth seeker, bro.
First off, do you understand the difference? What's the difference between a Binitarian and Trinitarian?
I mean, come on, bro. Just the word.
What's the difference?
If somebody don't know what
what's the difference?
Somebody don't know what try is, that like come on.
Notice when people ask me questions, I answer them. This is where I started to get frustrated. You may not like my answer. You may not agree with my answer, but when I ask
I'm
you
gonna answer your question. I'm gonna answer your question. Bad is 2 and try is 3.
Okay, good job. So as it pertains to the Bible, what does it mean when I ask, are you a Binitarian or a Trinitarian?
You're asking me, do I believe in the 2 God or the Holy Spirit, the God and the Son?
Good job. Now, which one are you?
Neither.
You have to be one because you're trying to say that there's a difference between you stupid, bro. Yeah, run it. I got you. Set it up.
Doubt. Yeah, set it up. I'm glad. I'm glad we got an agreement. You know what I mean? All we got to do is set a time and a day.
Yeah, whatever, fam. Set it up, bro.
No doubt. It's bruh. If you think that this is gonna be some easy little 1, 2, 3, man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be smoking Yak Pack all night. So could I get a date?
That's right, nephew. That's right, nephew.
Can I get a date?
when you want to debate, I gotta reach out to more. Are we doing it here? Or are we doing it on the Forge? Hey, shout out to the Forge. That's a new platform me and my brother working on. It ain't no beef, no smoke with nobody else. It's just more of something else we're working on.
That's what you and Orthodox more, y'all, that debate platform y'all was starting.
Yeah. So we could do it there. We could do it here. If you want to do it here, you gotta wait
Uh, we'll do it on there because I don't like
because I
waiting.
can't. I can't jump the
I hate
line. I
this.
can't.
I hate waiting.
Yeah, bro. You
I'm
know
a
how I do
line
this.
jipper.
Yeah.
So
You
I,
know,
you
them
know what I
people
mean? You
people that
set
jump
it
the
up.
line get scalped,
You
bro. Yeah.
know
So
what I
we'll
mean?
reach out. JJ, your representative, basically.
Karima.
Okay, we'll reach out to Sis Kareem.
Yeah,
I'll reach
Sister
out.
Karima.
I know how to get in touch with him.
Or you could reach out to Honey.
Shout out to
Honey
Honey.
or
All right,
Karima.
yeah. It don't matter
Yeah, I
to
mean,
me.
I'm surrounded by queens, man. Strong.
Shout out to them queens. They just set you up for
For
failure
sure.
though.
I don't know about that, player. And what's crazy is we already had Karima already had made us a
Yeah, that's what I
trailer
was saying.
joint.
But I didn't even know that I didn't even know we agreed on nothing. Like, cause you was
No,
over
we
there supposed to
finished.
do
It
your
was an
bias.
accident. I told her it was Orthodox, but she got the names mixed up. But
Gotcha.
it's
Shout
cool.
out to Karima though. Hey, I ain't
Yeah, I
gonna lie
mean,
though. Shout out to Karima, man. She hold it down over there. So
yeah, no
she got
doubt.
it tight.
We'll get it together.
Yeah,
Hit
you
her
get
up.
that smoke, you get what you want.
For sure, man. Stay safe out here and dangerous.
I stay dangerous. Appreciate you.
For sure. Peace to the Craigs and Paradise Ships, man. It's Boy Reloaded Lines, then Barbarians, 3BY. Y'all know what it is.
It's
All
all the
right.
smoke. It's all the smoke.
I guess that's all the smoke, man. I guess that's all the heat that you got for tonight. And hey,
Shout out
not
to
too many people.
A1.
Yeah, shout out to A1 for having the guts to come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta say this, man. Hey, A9, hell of a show. We gotta do a part two, homie. I got some more questions to ask you. Um, I'm finna come up with a few things, man. I'm finna go in the kitchen, do some work and stuff like that, man. But like I said, man, everybody come over to the shift. Everybody come over because it's a neutral platform, man. It's we stay neutral. We don't have no beefs. You know what I'm saying? We had our shares of hard times, but we always pull through. You know what I'm saying? No matter who try to come in and divide us, we always stay strong and together. Nobody can infiltrate and nobody can divide Paradigm Shift TV 314. We may make our mistakes, but we learn, we get better, and we never make those mistakes ever again. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, it's all information on the internet, you know? But hey, Apollo Bay, man, you gotta come back again. You're always welcome, brother. You know what I'm saying? Hemi is like what I believe, like number four, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get in these versus series rankings, man. This is the only place where you can
Oh,
get
he part of
paid.
Hemi Click.
Yeah, you're part of Hemi Click.
Hey, shout out to Hemi. I don't mean to beat up on your brother, man, but he gotta get it, Hemi. There ain't no disrespect, but he gotta get it. Hemi.
Oh, it's
He gotta,
Barbarians up over here. We putting heads on the
yeah,
wall.
yeah, bro. I hear you. This sniper game, bro. You gotta catch me to even do that, bro. I'm gonna put you down for you and see me coming. It's gonna be over in the first round, player. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Yeah,
My opening finna lay you out, bro. Even though why you playing with me.
yeah,
You
man.
don't even speak the language.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, man. Hey man, we gotta set some things up with you brothers. Like I said, Apollo, you always welcome, bro. Always welcome to hit the panel and everything, man. Love to see you around, bro. Love to see you around. But
Thanks, bro.
I
Shout out
got
to Anonymous Hebrew, man. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's
Shout
all
out
good,
to the
man. We
big
gonna
Shout
we
bro.
out to
gonna
you,
do what we
King.
do.
Shout out to you, King.
Yeah, cause the man always bring that heat, man. He always bring that heat, man. Respectfully.
Respectfully,
Respectfully.
respectfully,
Yeah,
respectfully.
yeah, 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 yeah. Like DMG said, we can always respectfully disagree
Yeah.
sometimes. But you know what I'm saying? I got to do my advertising. You know, I mean, DMG would pretty much be mad if I didn't do the advertising. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, giraffes and rhinos, cats and dogs, on June 21st, 6 p.m. Central Time, we got Khalil Shabazz versus Ismaili Salim Ali. The topic is, and it's a showcase debate hosted by the one and only DMG the poet, the infamous DMG the poet. The topic is Elijah Muhammad the messenger of Allah according to Islam? FOI versus traditional Islam. It's going to be fire. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see this, man. It's gonna be pretty epic, Doc, and it's gonna be wild. Not only that, we got the Barbarians' very own
Hime, he's having a face off, I believe, on the 18th, 4:30 Central Standard Time against Isa Sakari. Boy, these names. Woo! He's also known as the Islamic Intimidator. They're having a face off to see what topic they're going to be debating about. You know what I'm saying? Him, he's ranked. The Islamic Intimidator isn't. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see how these individuals are going to bring down the heat and the fire when it comes down to what topic they're going to come in and when they're going to debate. You know what I'm saying? Only on the face off, only on Paradigm Shift TV 314. Then after that one, we have Naga's warmonger, Laurel Burns, aka the electromagnetic messiah, aka the former intergalactic middleweight champion of the Lion's Den, versus the Scholastic Bully, aka Lucifer the Devil, on Paradigm Shift TV 314. Their topic is on the 22nd of this month at 6:15 Central Standard Time. Did the integration turn the Black American nation into a welfare state? That is what we got cooking here at Paradigm Shift TV 314. A1's getting ready to get back in the ring. We getting his opponent sharpened and ready. Then you got Anon, man, going into the ring for his first face off leading up to the debate with Captain Cut 'em Up Courtney. Dagger Squad's very own Christian himself is getting in the ring with Anon, man. It's going to be fire. It's going to be epic. It's going to be wild, wild, wild. And I got to say, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's going to be fun, man. And I cannot wait for the smoke. And I can't wait for it to go down. But anyway, yo, I'm Classic Craig. That was Anon. That was A1. And that right there is Apollo. And hey, it was a hell of a show. But before I leave, gentlemen, you got anything else to say before I can shut it down for the night? Going once, going twice. Hey,
Shout
one.
out to shout out to DMG, the Craigs, Paradigm Shift, Anonymous Hebrew. I mean, good looking for, you know what I mean, having me on the pen.
Hey, no problem, man. No problem. Anonymous Hebrew.
A1, you got something you want to say, fam?
I was gonna say, I just wrote another song for y'all. It's better than the last one. You might have to scrap the last one.
Hey, you gotta be. Hey, man. If Neo hear that, I'm just saying. I haven't heard it yet, but if
Yo,
he
that's
hear that,
wild.
cause you know I'm gonna send it to him. You better be. Hey, bro. Hey, you be careful, man, cause you know he number one. You
And
know,
I make my own beats too, so you ain't gonna
man.
get
He,
no
he
copyright claims on nothing.
he make his own beats too, bro.
I
Oh
know.
man. Come on, man. You gotta be careful because Neo love his music. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, I'm gonna check it out, man. We're gonna check it out. Hey, what you got, A9?
Yeah, man. Hey, first off, you know what it is. I praise to the Most High God, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Peace, all my brothers and sisters that's out there that's trying to follow this thing and work this thing out. Hey, man, shout out to DMG and the shift, bro. You know what I'm saying? This was an amazing time. Shout out to the Craig and Craig Law Firm. My boy Classic, you know what I'm saying? Flyest man in the game. The man Ratchet, the ratchetest man in the game. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I appreciate everybody that took the time to listen to it. Shout out to the brothers and the sister that hit the panel. My brother Damo for pulling up. I seen you pull up, TK. Shout out to Corey, man. You know what it is, little bro. Um, A1, man, I appreciate the convo. Obviously, I see the level of intelligence, so that's why I want to smoke. Hey, Apollo Bay, man, ain't nothing personal, bro. I'm just talking crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie, though, I am gonna watch you, but it ain't nothing personal, right? We should be able to do these things and then go out and get some wings and it all be good. You feel me? So it's number love to y'all. I love the shift. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to do a lot of cross promotion. Let's try to really build up this debate space. I've been at this for a minute, and that's what I want to do at this point. I want to see us become household names. I want to see us being able to do this thing at a higher level, be able to debate, do it in a fly way. You know what I'm saying? Be us the way that we do it and still bring out that information. So it's nothing but love. Hey, it's ABC season, man. Anybody could get it. Y'all better watch out.
Yeah. It's rated E for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Rated E
Sniper
for
gang, baby.
everybody. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But hey, Paradigm Shift TV 314, where stars is made. You know what I'm saying? Paradigm Shift
is that pressure. The Versus series is that pressure in the most extreme environment. Hey, this is neutral territory, right? Anything goes, anything goes up, and everything goes down. This Paradigm Shift TV 314. I'm Classic Craig. Hey, this was a hell of a show. It was the heat. It had the guts. And we out. Till next time. Later, later, and later.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Look, hating on me, don't stop. Only help a real cause. Hood legend on some pocket. Manifested till I'm living lost. High ballin' cause the sky falling. I'ma catch a little piece though. I ain't worried about your little. No, she easy as a free throw. She wanna hold me like ransom. Just cause I'm young and I'm handsome. Tell all these to have a seat. I know that they cannot stand them. Burn it and roll me another one. I do whatever I feel like. I remember when we dreamed about it. Woke up this morning, it's real life. Trade the whip, trade the currency. Moving like it's an emergency. We gotta check out, it's close to 11, so baby, ride it with some urgency. I'm just here for the fun part, cause I'm good on the money part. I be leaving in the cold season, coming back for the sunny part. With us and get your money up. With us and get your wig split. Ever since I was a little boy, I've been plotting on the big. Bigger pockets, bigger resume. When you keep it, really resonate. If he really want it, never hesitate. If he mad at me, he better meditate. You ain't gotta like it, you just gotta live with it. Never gave us nothing. Look at what we did with it. In a foreign city, moving like I live in it. Never call them back. Bet you that they still with it. You ain't gotta like it, nah, you just gotta live with it. Never gave us nothing. Look at what we did with it. In a foreign city, yeah, moving like I live in it. Never call them back, nah, I bet you that they still with it. Never had a thing running to my hamstring, cramping up. Moving like a campaign, smoothie with the plantain, damper up.